out and shout. Ow!
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian. Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so huge. Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me. Ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them.
And Jed Vargo.
He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either.
So sit back.
Mike, are you... Listen to me.
Relax.
Say, transform and roll out.
And enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Blackout and Shout podcast. We come back from, a month and a half hiatus, and we're glad to be here, everybody. I'm your host tonight, Mr. Levy Curry, and, thank you very much.
So very professional.
Yes, thank you. All the accolades. And to my real left, we have Mr. Internet Celebrity, Mike Kincaid.
What's up, Levy?
You tell me, Mike.
Not a whole lot, man. Just chilling.
All right. And directly across from me, for realsies, Mr. Jed Vargo. Jed, say hello.
Meh.
I clap for everybody.
Meh.
Yeah. Jed, what's up with that, man?
What's up?
You don't seem enthusiastic to me.
It's been a long week. There's things come in threes and everything like that. So, yeah, it was a lot of shit going on. Guinea pig died. Had to go get a new guinea pig. So the other guinea pig didn't die of depression. So they had that whole thing went over the past weekend.
Sorry.
No, it's true. It's true. One goes, the other one goes right away if you don't pair them up right away. So that whole fucking thing took up the entire weekend. That was fucking crazy. And then, like I was saying earlier, the wife's not feeling completely 100% yet. So my nerves are a little shot.
Oh.
Yeah. And lots of other stuff too going on. So, but other than that, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank Mike. We're in his house.
Mike. Thanks, Mike's for.
We're in his house. We are in the new addition to Mike's house.
Yes,
We were new addition that was built specifically for the purpose of podcasting 2 times.
Yes,
or 1 time a month.
The investment.
Yeah. New addition. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
It's been a long vacation, and your fans are waiting to see you again.
Oh, I hate when videos have long intros. Just get right to the music.
Is that an ad?
No, it's a new edition, man.
Jed's not impressed with your bullshit, Levy.
Yeah, I know. No one ever is.
When you said new edition, I actually thought of. I was trying to like think of a new edition song, and I couldn't do it. It's been too long.
I
was like, no, that's Boys and Men. I'm like, that's not the new edition. Same
man.
fucking band, So meanwhile, the other co-hosts over here browsing the internet.
Yeah,
he's not focusing on anything you have to say, Levy.
No, not at all.
It's always a treat when you're a host because there's always a sudden panache to the hosting that doesn't.
Well, of course,
isn't brought by
Of course,
Mike.
I am a showman at heart. So I got to put on the best show that I possibly can.
He's a showman, all right.
Yeah. I'm like to show my ass.
Was it you or Mike that used to moon people?
Oh, that was definitely me.
Okay.
I'm surprised I wasn't arrested. I did it so much, I'm surprised I was never arrested.
Imagine having that on your record.
Yeah. So, Mike, Hall, shout-outs, plugs. What you got?
I got a boatload of...
boatload of bullshit.
I got a boatload of stuff, honestly. Yeah, there we go.
Let's see some Le Poupie.
Le Poupie. Yeah, I'll start with the stuff I got today. So I got 3 of the Crimson, 3 of the G.I. Joe classified Crimson Guard.
Why 3?
That's the magic number for army building.
Army buildings. That's like the biblical, like magical number 3.
That's the charmed number.
Why did you?
Always
why'd
the power
you,
of 3.
No, honest question though. Why did you want to army build those guys?
There was more than one of those, weren't there?
Yeah, the Crimson Guard.
Oh, those?
Les Pluplets.
Oh no, I was talking about the.
He's talking about the GI. He's talking about the GI Joe.
Oh, I was talking about Les Plup. Yeah, that's why I was saying Les Pluplets, Les Plus. But you were like, oh, the GI Joes. I'm like, no, they're not French resistance fighters. I'm like, these fucking weird names. The X-Transbots thing.
Yeah, I got 2 of them because there was 2 of them.
Oh,
well, the one was like the one in the movie. There was 2 of them.
I got 2 of them because there's 2.
The thing is that like the one like all that separates the 2 is a face, which they probably could have just put. Extra
they're 2 different characters.
But it is 2 different characters.
Yeah, one is the executioner, one's the researcher, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. You can tell it's the researcher because he's got the mustache and the goatee.
Lab coat? No lab coat.
No lab coat.
You're gonna make like a 6-arm lab coat. That would be pretty dope. How ridiculous.
Or just like a 2-arm lab coat with like 3 arms coming out of each.
Yeah.
I can think of 3 people. You the Dr. Octopus, him, and like the 6-arm Spider-Man or whatever, right?
Les pulpes.
Les Plup.
Les pulpes. That is actually French for octopus.
Well, I know ouf is egg for French. And chatte, mon dieu.
So
I listened to a lot of Steve Martin
Merde.
in the 80s.
Merde.
What does that mean?
Shit.
He used to have saying, I want to massage your grandmother or something like that. In French. What the fuck he had? Le ouf, le chaton. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir, mon chéri? That's for all our French listeners out there.
I'm sure there's some.
All 0 of them now. Thanks,
What do you
Jed.
mean? I'm watching the numbers right now. They're just going up and up and up.
Jed just told them people to lick his butt.
How's that? What's the words that translate to? That's from that song. I would like to lay down with you in bed, my sweet. Is that how it goes? I think.
Yeah. What the hell? What's
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Lady Marmalade.
Is that right?
Yeah, Lady Marmalade.
Levy's just a fucking encyclopedia of like
Everything.
He
is. He's a
Creole Lady Marmalade.
He's the Britannica universe.
How do we go down this road anyways?
I don't know.
You were supposed to do halls.
Les Plup. So I got them too. I got the G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard.
There was definitely more than 3 guardsmen, that's for sure.
Yeah, but like 3 is my cutoff, like for troop building type shit.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
And honestly, all the troop built shit in G.I. Joe Classified, and you got that, those guys, and the troopers and the Vipers and all these ones, it's gonna be like a
army.
It's gonna be
like
an
a
army,
fucking army.
Now, see, when I do get troop builders though, they need to be at a troop builder price. You know, because like those 3 sweeps from X-Transbots where you're spending $400.
Yeah,
that ain't it.
They were on sale at BBTS for
like
$260. I think
that still ain't it for me.
No,
troop builders. I don't do troop builders for less than like $30 a piece.
Yeah, but they were all basically like the same figure as the main figure.
Yeah, I know, but
that's like those Junkions. Those
yeah,
KFCs
that's why I can't troop build freaking masterpiece Transformers.
KFC troop building should be like $60, right?
Yeah.
For a fucking
I'll troop build like Marvel Legends type characters.
What's that?
The Junkions, the KFC
Junkions. Not quite. I think they were a little lower than that. It was definitely one something. I want to say 120.
It was definitely cost me some amount of money.
Yeah. I'll troop build like Marvel Legends type characters where you can get troop builders for like
the
15 to $20 a pop.
Or you grab them at Ollie's for 10. Yeah.
Or even if it means like grabbing like a Marvel Legends character with modular parts to make him different characters, I'll grab like 3. I used to grab 3 of those or whatever.
Hold on a second. I'm having a flashback. I'm going back in time now. I remember you paying money for some ninjas, I think, that were troop builders or something like that. Was it a Kickstarter?
Oh, the
ones that look
Foosh, articulated icons.
The ones that look like Storm Shadow. I think.
Yeah, well, they were just generic ninja figures.
How many of those did you get?
Actually, those I think I did get like 5 or 6 of the red ninjas for hand ninjas. And then I got like a blue ninja, and I think that's it.
I think the only other time I ever saw a blue ninja was like in American Ninja, the 80s movies.
G.I. Joe Classified has blue ninjas. Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The old Ninja Gaiden.
I forgot.
Was he blue or was he supposed to be black? Like how they did in comic books.
Like sort of black?
That. Like sort of black. Like how they did in comic books. Like somebody had black hair in comic books, the highlights would be blue.
No. His outfit was definitely blue.
Was it blue?
Yeah, it was like a pale blue and then like the NES, as I recall. I like the arcade version of Ninja Gaiden better though.
Oh my god! Not to interrupt you, Levy, about your ninjas, but Tyler posted a thing I haven't seen ever, but it was like all the old PlayStation consoles, and did you see that? And they were fighting each other, and it was all anime style.
No,
it was like the first PlayStation, and it was like Nintendo and the fucking
what, the actual consoles were fighting?
Yeah, and it was all drawn. It was all hand drawn.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
He was like, and it was all in Japanese too, which is great.
That's funny.
he's like, oh, and he was like, did the whole like Dragon Ball? Was it Dragon Ball did that with the
Yeah.
He was like, oh,
like building up their energy.
Oh, and he pushed the button, the thing open. He put the CD. He's like, oh, it's like 3D, and like Crash Bandicoot came out. He's like, meow. And they're like, what is that? He's like, death. It's fantastic. I gotta find the fucking thing. It was so funny. I'll find it and I'll put it in the Discord when we gotta watch it. It's so fucking great. Anyway, so how many ninjas did you get?
I think I got like 5 of the red ones and a blue one maybe. I can't remember exactly all of them I got.
That was a sidetrack to the sidetrack, by the way. That's
Mike's
tough
Hall.
to pull off.
Yeah,
It's tough to pull off.
So you have like 15
That's like 16
ninjas.
sidetracks.
So you had like 15 ninjas,
When he
right?
said so, I thought he was going to go back to your hall, Mike, but he goes, so you got some ninjas.
Yeah, like fucking 5 years ago.
I sidebarred a flashback. A flash sideways.
Are we doing retro halls now?
We're doing flash sideways of a flashback of your hall.
So what did you get in the last 25 years?
Anyway, how many total ninjas did you get out of that?
I don't know. Like I said, I think I got like 5 red ones and a blue one, I think.
Okay. So more than 3.
Yeah.
So you have a whole bunch of ninjas.
Yeah. Well, then I also did get like 3 of the G.I. Joe Red Cobra ninjas. Funny thing, though, is like I didn't actually get any of the actual Marvel Legends hand ninjas.
Okay.
So.
But anyway, so back to your haul, Mike.
I got
Oh, you gotta love the organization in this show. So great.
Yeah.
I got the X-Transbots Ultra Magnus. I got Fans Toys Fans Toys Jazz. Did you see the message I put in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
So you have Fan Toys Jizz.
The dude in the Troy McClure robot sales group. That's where you get all the light toy stuff.
Is that a Simpsons thing?
Yeah. The Lionel Hutz guy, that kind of like, he's the guy that runs all that shit. Mm-hmm. He put a post up saying FT jizz incoming. And I was fighting the urge to comment on it. I'm like, nah, just leave it be, man. Because his English is a little fucked up sometimes, you know? And I'm like, nah, man. And I got in there and I told him that's what I yell every Friday when I get home from work. And then I went back to look for it, and the post was
Honey, FT jizz incoming.
Jizz incoming. Yeah, I went back. The post was taken down. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, Fans Toys Jazz. I got a Black Panther from Levy for Christmas. But it was funny because he got his, and I told him I wanted in on it. I usually get the Amazing Yamaguchi and Mayfek shit either with when he gets it or when Brother Kyle gets it. And he told me they were sold out. And then I went to check on TCP, and he was like, kind of expensive, man. Even like with your discount, it's a little too expensive. Like he was like really aggressively trying to talk me out of buying it or whatever, which I didn't realize it at the time, but it ended up being Christmas present. Those figures are cool, man. You could do like, I know you make fun of the A stance and shit like that, but I was like messing around with it a little bit. You can do a lot of cool, but it is, the articulation really does take some getting used to when they're unlike any other figures that I have.
Because like, you know, a lot of the joints just don't move in the way they do into the traditional figure.
Right.
Like the shoulder joints, they're double ball hinged, and so they're like separate from the body, so you can like move them in really strange ways, but like for the purposes of like looking at it from a specific angle, it works. Yeah. You know, or like the thigh cut, you know, the thigh swivel, they're always on an angle, so the leg, like it when you rotate it on that joint, it ends up pointing in different directions. So like when you get him in an action pose, it works. Yeah. It looks awkward from other angles, but like when you look at it from like a specific angle, it works.
I missed what you said. What Amazing Yamaguchi is? Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. You were talking about.
Now they've with their older figs. I mean, that was like really, really pronounced with like how weird the figure would look in certain angles, but then when you move it and look at it from another angle, you know, like everything just kind of looks like, you know, it fit together right, which made them really great for photographs and shelf posing. But with their more recent releases, they like to experiment with their figure design and engineering, and so they've gotten away from certain things that weren't working and tried new things. And so now they do.
I bought an old Trigun figure, like one of the first ones they ever made, and it has like the waist is as long as its leg. Like the ab section is like as long as its leg, so you can like bend them in some weird contortion. I don't think they do that anymore.
No. But like, so their more recent ones do look like more traditional figures. They move more traditionally, but they still, you know, have their uniqueness about their articulation. So because like they have joints in their shins. Yeah. So you can like, just slight movement, but it makes a big difference because, you know, when you bend your leg, the muscles like they squash against each other, like them from your thigh and your calf. Yep. And so so you can move your leg, you know, or you can bend your leg, you know, much tighter. But with a plastic figure, you can't have that, right? But what this does is, like with that joint, it allows you to move the shin up just a little bit to give it that tighter bend in the leg. And you know, it's engineering like that I think is really great. Yeah. So
I saw a Dragon Ball Z figure a while ago that actually had like when the arm was extended, and then when he went
had
like
articulated biceps.
It actually his bicep actually like balled up.
Yeah, that was an old Bandai model kit of Goku. I've seen that before. Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
It looks cool, but I mean, it does have that ugly joint cut in the bicep itself. But it's really cool looking engineering though. Like when you move the thing up and the bicep curls up, and it's like, oh, that's really cool.
Like that might be you might be able to do shit like that when you put whatever those figures are you get that have the actual skin over top of them.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Anyways, Amazing Yamaguchi, Black Panther, which is the movie one, and I also got the movie version of Iron Man. I was trying to collect like classic versions of everybody, more classic versions, but I don't know. Some of the movie ones are just fucking cool, man. Yeah. So,
well, that Black Panther one, I think it's taking cues from all sorts of different sources. Yeah. But like the texture design on the suit is definitely movie design, right? Movie
that's
inspired.
What makes it look mostly,
But like I think it's proportions and everything because he's like really, really stacked,
like the video game.
Yeah,
like
and so it's very comic book, very video game style proportions and whatnot. But it's got a cinematic costume design. Yeah. So
I got the Venom as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the Venom's cool, man. It's weird how they did him, but it works. Like they have his shoulders like on the front, as opposed to on the side. I mean, you can still get those poses if you do things the right way, but they sit on the front, and he's built like a gorilla. Yeah, like he's got like smaller legs, and he's got these big ass arms and shit, which works or whatever. But he's really cool. I got the Oculamax. Streetwise. That was the police car, right? Streetwise. I got the Robeson trailer, which is sitting right down next to me.
I see that. It's big.
Yeah, I'll show it to you after we're done. I got Sergeant Slaughter, Classified Slaughter. I got Classified Snake Eyes. Like the updated one is the last goddamn Snake Eyes I'm buying, man. It's number 4. Pisses me off, man.
You've got 4 classified Snake Eyes now?
Well, yeah, because I got.
I didn't even know they made 4.
They made the original one. They made the original one that was like the. Oh, thank you. The SDC exclusive that had all the crazy ass weapons and shit. Mm-hmm. And then they came out with the regular version of that one that had less shit.
Okay, yeah.
And they came out with more cartoon.
The one with Timber.
And the one with Timber had the more cartoon visor, or like the more cartoon outfit.
If I remember correctly, when I was still collecting those back then, when the first Snake Eyes came out and then the second one came out, they were saying about how each one of them was shitty in one part, and if you put the 2 of them together, it made like a solid figure. Mm-hmm. Right? Is that right? Am I remembering that right?
Something vaguely like that. Yeah, okay. I remember something like that. I never actually opened mine. I mean, I opened them. I looked at them because they weren't like sealed and shit, but I just slid them out to take a look at them. And then I put them right back. Oh,
you mean the SDCC?
Yeah.
Yeah, those boxes are really nice.
Those are
one of the best boxes I've
ever seen.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite toy box ever.
Yeah, really like... Yeah.
I don't collect boxes anymore.
Well, you had you originally bought the first Kang toys, and that was a nice box. But that G.I. Joe one was like probably the best box ever.
I'm a sucker for all that like ninja shit and all that. Like
it had that black, but had like an ebony on the black, and I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Like maybe it was like a gloss on matte finish or maybe or something.
It was really
like
cool. Yeah,
definitely dug it.
Dig it.
So what did I say? Slaughter. Oh, and the Snake Eyes, and then I got Spirit, Classified Spirit. I got the twins, Tomax and Zaymot. I got the Viper 3-pack. I got Serpentor. I got to bring Serpentor up here for you guys, man. They were showing them pictures online, and I think they were charging like $75. And I remember when I saw the price tag, I was like, "Holy shit, man! That's fucking expensive for Classified." But when you see the sled and everything like that, it's pretty dope. It's one of the better figures they come out with. I got Dusty. I got Zorana, Stalker. I picked up another G1 piece, the Classics Grimlock, which was the little robot that was inside the shell. Remember when they did the Pretender versions, like Jazz, Grimlock, Starscream. So I got the Grimlock version of that. I got, so we finally opened up the Dallas RC from Jason. We had it in the box.
Oh, right.
So we finally, and which by the way, we have that, an unboxing video on my YouTube channel, which is kind of funny. So go check that out.
Nobody watches that shit.
Nah, nobody watches that shit. Let's see. And I think that was it toy wise.
Ain't got time. Ain't got no time for that shit.
Ain't got no time for that shit. Vanessa, am I allowed to tell them what you gave me for Valentine's Day? I am. So Vanessa kept me on this cliffhanger for like 4 weeks now. Oh, wait, you see this thing I'm doing for you for Valentine's Day. And then that's how she'd leave it. And I hate cliffhangers. She's been doing this shit for like 3 weeks now. So she finally, I got the Chosen Prime box in. So her Crow was in there. I got her the Mezco Crow for
that looked really cool.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
So since I gave her that, she wanted to give me my Valentine's Day present, which was, and I can't show it to you, but it was an art book. It came with a pack of crayons. And it was an art book she drew. And it was, are you sure I can tell this story? I'll take that as a yes. So she went in our like catalog of home porn and took screenshots and then drew them as like line drawings and made a coloring book out of it. So I'm just saying for all the people that
great idea.
Yeah, she said she's going to advertise and see if anybody's down to have her make coloring books. But you don't know the kind of nudes that you're going to have to look at, though.
What?
I don't know if you're prepared on like the nudes that you're gonna have to look at. Also true. So anyway, got that. And the last thing I got in my haul, and I'll try to keep this short.
I can't imagine like a coloring book of like me like naked. I would be like that stormtrooper that's just done because I'm so fucking pale. It's just like there's no color.
Kylo Ren and the stormtroopers.
Right.
You just color
his lightsaber. I guess I'm done.
Yeah, right. Here's Jed in January on his porch after a snowstorm, and it's just like a fucking like just
Two eyeballs.
You just see like a Raiders cap.
Where's
just
Jed?
a Raiders cap.
That we go. Where's Jed? It's just all white book pages. I'll make millions, dude. Blank pages everywhere. Where's Jed? Like, I keep staring at it. I can't figure out.
It's just basically a notebook with it covered at it.
No lines. Yeah, it's just a sketchbook. Relabel it. That's cool. How many pages was it? Big. Were those big, thick coloring books, or was it a couple pages?
I'd say probably like maybe 15 to 20 pages.
Yeah. Well, there's something big and thick in there, I'm sure.
Oh man, it looks. Yeah, it looks. I told her it looks bigger when it's drawn.
It's like the Critical Role fucking drawings. Garmeli's drawing.
Garmeli's drawing.
Just Mike's with penis with like our faces on it and shit. Oh man. That's cool. She put a lot of effort into it. That's a great.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a pretty good one.
15, 20 pages. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah,
not just like one.
And
is it colored by numbers?
It's not colored by numbers, but she did she did it like on purpose from like the tamest ones, if you can say that, at the beginning to all the, you know. Thank you, Vanessa.
That's cool.
So anyway, the last thing
are you going to color it in, or are you going to keep it mint?
I'm going to keep it mint.
Double bag that shit.
Well, wait, what were we talking about? Go ahead, Jed.
You should get her one for Valentine's Day. But it should be one of those pop-up books. Porn pop-up book. Bing. Ooh,
it's a fantastic idea as well.
The little slide. The little slide things. You move the characters around on them.
Amongst other things. In, out. In, out. In, out.
Right, exactly.
In, out, in, out, in, out.
Stop me if you heard this one, but... And Levy, I don't know if I'm sure you'll probably remember this, but back when me, him, and John were living together, I went through this like phase where like I was like trying to fucking sculpt action figures, like statues, superhero statue type shit out of like clay and all that stuff. I was not very good at it, but I told you that to tell you this, had the clay around or whatever. And like, I don't know if we were fucking drinking or what the fuck we were doing, but I remember like making like a fucking a clay pecker and sticking it to the TV like down here. And then like, see, now he remembers. And every once in a while somebody would come up and stand there like,
someone would just come into frame just right.
Right in the perfect spot. And every time it would happen, we would all laugh our fucking ass.
And we were completely sober. We weren't smoking up at that time.
Yeah, we definitely weren't smoking weed, but there was probably drinks involved. But
that's funny.
And it would be like you were watching the game too, because like somebody would be making their way towards it. And we were like, oh. And then
it's good.
The ball is turning you into a fat bald guy. So, anyways, the last thing on my haul, Jesus Christ.
Is that around the same times when you guys did the original, what's wrong with the dog? Is that when that happened too? Like around that time?
Right,
when you guys were living together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did that movie come out that long ago?
Oh yeah.
That says a long.
Oh,
yeah.
because you were with Tiffany then.
This, speaking of Serpentor, this I command. Oh my!
You guys were making making fun of that whole movie thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is that from? I had to look it up because it was just funny when you guys were saying it, and I was like, oh, I remember this.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
It was on the other. Well, probably when I put it in the chat. Every time I watch it, I have to tape that and stick it in the chat because of him. But
what's that?
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. Yeah. He's great in that movie.
His delivery is just so good, man. His delivery is so good.
So last item in your hall, Mike, quickly before Jed interrupts again.
Yes, I will keep interrupting.
I was going to say, like, do a drinking game. Like every time I say, so last in my hall, I got my Uncle Len's comic book collection. So my Uncle Len, I keep this short, but my Uncle Len passed a couple of years ago, and they didn't have kids, and my aunt.
We talked about this.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you've had him for a while. Did we talk him on the show?
What, these?
Yeah.
Did I have them that long? No, I don't think I did. I think
maybe not.
Yeah, I think I may have said that I was going up to get them, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, so then you didn't know the story then.
It's been so long since we did a show, so
right.
I can't remember what the fuck we talked about last time.
So I finally went and I picked them up.
And when we were here, I was like fucking half delirious from being so tired from being
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
So
maybe you were looking into the future.
Anyway, so you got a shitload of comics.
Got a shitload of comics. So
yeah,
there were stories to be told within looking through the comics that from messages from my uncle, like from behind the grave, like as I was going through. Number one,
that's cool.
I could tell right around the time that he started giving me the comics and I started getting into them because of him. He got me started on them, but I was more of like a collector. You know what I mean? So I would read them, obviously, but then I would like bag them and board them and stuff. And I noticed that right around the time he started giving them to me a little bit at a time, he saw what I was doing and started bagging them and boarding them at the same time because he knew that one day he was going to give them to me.
Nice.
Yeah. Which awesome. I thought was like when it hit me and shit, as I saw the pattern, because, you know, there was so many titles in there and it was always right around the same time that the bags and boards kind of started. So everything before that was open, which is why they're not all necessarily like in the greatest of shape. You know what I mean? Like they're decent and shit like that, but you know, they're not real white anymore like they used to be.
Yeah.
So there's that, but there was also like
they're not like Fans Toys jizz color.
They're not. No.
They're not that creamy white.
So like Uncle Lem definitely was not necessarily like a collector. Like he really got into that shit because he just really liked reading them, and then just started throwing them in boxes, and here they are. But and the other story that I shouldn't have took that rip because I was So his organization, like the organization that we would do compared to the way he did it is. You do your earlier issues at the front of the box and then go higher numbers towards the back of the box? Or do you go number 1 at the back and work your way forward and then up to 200 at the front of the box?
Well, when I had boxes like that, when I was still storing them, I would start at the beginning, the front of the box and work my way back.
Work your way back. Okay.
You know, in numerical and alphabetical order.
And
I would separate them by producer? Is that the right word? No. By publishers.
Right.
So I'd separate them by publishers. So there's Marvel, DC, all the independents, you know, in a group.
Okay.
And then I would go alphabetical stuff. But now, the way I have them, because I have basically they're square boxes. So I have two rows right next to each other. So I kind of do I space them out evenly on each side. But how did he organize them?
I do it close to that, except that I didn't do it by publisher. Like I would just do straight alphabetical order.
So you have Superman,
Amazing Spider-Man, Batman.
Oh yeah, my Marvels would be here. My DCs would be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Len had there was no rhyme or reason alphabetically. He kept titles together.
Dewey Decimal.
But he did. Yeah, how about it? He kept titles together. So all the Batman shit was together and all the Action Comic shit was together and all the Daredevil was together. But he started at the back of the box, worked his way up. And then the real monkey wrench is that if there would be crossovers, Like, you know how Superman, I know Superman and Batman.
Oh, I know
were
what he
doing
did.
it.
He did him in reading order.
He did him in reading order.
Yeah, okay.
So
cool.
There ended up being shit all over the place or whatever. So
Nice.
basically I had the whole time that I've had him, which has been about 2 weeks now,
Yeah.
has been all just organizing.
Dude, it's a job, man.
It really is.
I have... how many boxes you have there?
There's probably like
21?
There's probably like
more.
14 or 15 long boxes and a couple of short boxes. And then these over here that are under the press over there that
I probably have a little bit more than that. Let's say 14. I have about 20. So
Yeah.
not much more. I've seen people. I remember when I first joined the hardcore collectors group. And I was like, anybody collect comics? And I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I got all the comics. And they're like, nah, yeah, I got them. And like people are opening their garages that are just packed full of fucking books with like, you know, 100 long boxes. I'm like, holy shit.
Jesus.
I guess I'm not hardcore. Yeah, that's cool though.
So first thing I had to do was organize. Second thing I had to do was like, I picked through everything. And I think that he was using some boards that were not acid free because on some of them, like I'd pull them out and there'd be the faintest, like almost like a image coming off the back of the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not good.
So got rid of all that shit. Any bags that kind of looked.
If you could afford it,
yeah,
I would just replace everything.
That's, well, I don't know where the fuck they. Oh, that box right there. Those are all boards right there, and I got there's a big stack of Mylar bags right there. So
Remember on episode 4 when I was telling you guys about how I did all that to my books that one time, and you're like, oh, you did it all at one shot? I'm like, yeah, man, I bought like fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of bags and shit like that. And they brought it on a fucking crate and shit like that. Fucking UPS was pissed because those things are fucking heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Paper is heavy. But yeah, it's and I had it like that way for months, and I would just go chunk at a time.
It's a grind, man.
It's a
I
project.
already know that, and I haven't even really gotten to the bagging and boarding yet.
And then if you don't want to have to do the work twice, you like got to try to chronicleize. Is that the right word, Levy? Chronicleize the issues and what you have, and kind of keep it in a spreadsheet or something like that, so you don't have to go back through it again.
Yeah,
do it all over.
Well, the process that I'm going through right now is I'm trying to differentiate between what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping, because he had a lot of like really good, some 70s stuff and 80s stuff, and even some, once you get into the 90s and shit like that, it's.
If you want to get rid of them, the best way to get rid of those type of books and stuff like that is just like in a bulk. You sell them all like for whatever price you think about it, and then the guy
that did the one of the contractors that did the edition.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a big comic book nerd. He actually came over to one night and hung out, and we were like talking about it. And nice. I told him what my plan was. And he said, before I sell anything, hit him up. And he would be interested in just taking the whole thing. Because you're thinking about, man, from listing and shipping and all this bullshit.
Well, shipping's kind of cool because you can do media mail. So that's real cheap.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest way you can send stuff like that.
It's cheap, but it's even just like just trying to wrap my brain around listing probably, hundreds of books and taking care of all that. I'm just like, this I'll have to see like what he says about what I got left. A lot of people,
what they do is like, let's say you want to sell like $100, like, or not even that many. Let's say you want to sell like 20 books, right? You charge like, you basically charge $1 a book, and then you put like one good one in there. It's kind of like buying a pack of cards and you put one decent one in there. Right. And then they'll be like, and the person will be like, yeah, I want that book, but I don't want all the other shit. And you're like, no, the other shit comes with it. That way you get rid of all of them. You're basically just selling that book and selling the other ones for $1. Yeah. Because it's either that or you're taking it to a convention and selling it like RetroCon, or what you're going to get picked through.
That's work I'm not
real
interested
slow.
in.
It's real slow. You have to be patient to do that shit.
Unless it was just like, shit, I was like RetroCon, I could see running my table and just bringing that, just like you brought all that other shit. Yeah. Besides doing pictures, like, you know what? If some of it sells, that's great, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, well,
and then you throw the rest of it like up on Mercari or eBay and just let it sit there for fucking a year if you're that patient. Yeah. But if you want to get rid of this shit, then you got to sell it all, or you You take a really big hit and you just fucking sell it to a store. And they'll buy it.
I'm going to talk to Joe first and see what his price is going to be. But like,
a store's going to rape you.
Oh, completely.
They'll give you maybe 10% of what they're worth, maybe, if that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The first thing you have to do is you look at what they are, then you look at how much they're worth, and then you take half. And then you take half, let's say it's worth $2, then they're only worth $1. Then you're basically selling them for maybe about 3/4 of that price. People will buy it for. So 75 cents a book will usually come out to be the right price to sell for. If they're in shitty shape, then 50.
Yeah.
Maybe a quarter.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was the other reason too that I didn't feel like having to list everything is I was going to have to like go through and try to like figure out grades on all that shit. And even though a lot of them are in the same shape, but it just was something that I'm just really what I wanted to do was sell it all in one chunk. And that was going to be the money that was going to pay for all the supplies to take care of all the shit that I really wanted to keep.
People don't like version books either. You have to put them in bags, even if they're the shitty bags. Because if you try to sell like a box of version books, that they automatically assume that they're either moldy or water damaged or insect damaged or if they were in a fire. So.
Well, he was over that night and he saw him already, so he knew.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're selling to some dude that was selling, I'm talking about if you're selling it online.
Oh yeah.
People won't buy them if they're not in a bag.
So, but there's some pretty decent stuff in there. Like there's long runs of Batman, Detective Comics, Action Comics, Superman, or the Adventures of Superman, which became Superman, or vice versa. I can't remember.
Well, no, they're different books.
Levy might want.
Are they different books? Okay, so
yeah. Well, what era are we talking? Like 90s, 80s,
80s.
Yeah. So
Levy might want.
Well, I know in the 90s you had 4 different Superman books going.
Right.
It was Man of Steel.
Yep.
Superman, Adventures of Superman, and Action Comics.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 main Superman titles at the time.
So he had
Superboy and Supergirl and all the other fucking super dogs.
He had long runs of Adventures of Superman and Action Comics, and I think Legion Man of Steel as well.
If you're looking to get rid of the Superman comics, I might want to.
Levy will snarf them up.
Yeah. Dude, really? I'll let you. I'll let you look through them before I let him.
Yeah. I would love to have all those old 80s. Like, is it post?
No, wait a second.
Is it pre-crisis or post-crisis?
I forgot what I was talking about. I'm actually keeping a lot of the Superman stuff, but there is Superman stuff that I'm getting rid of.
Oh, wait. So you are keeping some of the Superman
the old stuff. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about because I just got done telling him I'm selling the old shit so I can buy bags and boards for the shit I want to keep. And started talking about the Superman shit, and then you're like, "Hey, I'll buy that." And I was like, "Well, yeah." And I'm like, "No, wait a second, man.
Yeah, we don't even like Superman, huh?
I'm wearing a Superman shirt right now.
You don't even like DC Comics, dude.
Here's the thing. See, I think a lot of times you hear my preference for Marvel. You take that as a hatred of DC.
I didn't say a hatred of DC, but you don't like DC.
No. I'm not invested in DC the same way I'm invested in Marvel.
Well, then some of the Superman books.
I'm being completely serious. Like Marvel.
So am I. Some of the Superman.
Levy, I don't see any. I don't see any DC.
I see a Captain America shield.
I see a Wolverine.
Yeah,
it's the only action figure I got in here. Well, I got the Berserk thing back there on the speaker, but so like Marvel, like I could talk Marvel, about.
Oh, you talk TV?
I talk TV. Yeah, like you talk Marvel, I'll talk Marvel. I could talk to you about all kinds of shit in Marvel, but when it comes to DC, it's like. I love Batman, and I do like Superman, and
because you're
like
not a fan.
Green Lantern. You know what I mean? Like all the shit that people, like noobs would get into if they started to read DC. That's the DC shit that I'm like familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
When you start getting into all the like not fringe characters, but even outside the main circle of characters and shit, recognize them sometimes, don't recognize them other times.
Do you know, Levy, a real Superman fan would appreciate those books a lot more than a
dirty casual
DC fan.
He just comes home and tries to muscle me into selling my shit. It's kind of funny.
He's not trying. I actually suggested. I said Levy would want those. I said he's a big Superman fan.
There was a long.
No, man, I'm fucking keeping those. Fuck Levy.
You don't even like Superman.
I like him now. I love Superman.
There was a really long run
His name Bruce Wayne.
of Thor in there, Captain America,
Captain Thor,
Daredevil.
Dare Man.
I already had an Iron Man and Hulk, but it was let me see. It was like Robin and fucking Superboy and shit was in there and stuff like that shit. I'm not
Which Superboy? Is it the one with the leather jacket, Superboy?
90s Superboy, yeah.
See, he loves
Okay.
that shit.
See?
You like that shit?
Yeah, I love
Okay.
Superboy.
Oh, listen, all these boxes, the boxes that are right next to you,
And I love Robin, too.
all that shit, I gotta go.
Is it Tim Drake Robin?
Didn't you just buy the original Robin miniseries that came out in the 90s?
Oh, a while back.
Like about a year ago or something
No,
like
it was
that?
longer than that.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought him from an old friend.
Yeah.
That actually he's
we
the
are
one
doing
that
a
got
fucking
me into
retro
Superman.
flashback podcast now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that time with the one podcast, about 100
Yeah, that was like
episodes ago?
I think it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah. Doing memory recall.
What else is in there? West Coast Avengers was in there.
Yeah, you can keep those.
He had a what the fuck else? Oh, Cloak and Dagger, a pretty good run of Cloak and Dagger. Like there's some
Like the whole Cloak and Dagger series is like worth like
Yeah.
one Spider-Man book.
yeah.
But yeah, no, if you want if you want to give up those Superboy comics, I'm all over that.
Find any X-Men yet?
So X-Men is part of the shit that he gave me a while ago.
So you didn't find any new X-Men?
There was no just random
that sucks,
issues.
man.
Yeah.
Because 70s X-Men, man,
Yeah.
some good shit
Yeah.
there. Real good shit. Like, a lot of good shit.
Man.
But
Well,
anyway,
not-
if you want me to look at a book, and I can tell you, I can give you an idea how much what the grade is.
Yeah.
Because if you want to just give me a book that's like, oh yeah, most of the books are in this quality, I can go.
Let me know
This
what
is the number
Superman
you're looking at. What kind of grade number it is.
Yeah. Let me know what Superman stuff you want to get rid of.
I'll let you look through all the books I'm getting rid of.
Okay.
You like Green Arrow? I'm getting rid of all the Green Arrow stuff.
I'll tell you what, like
Nobody likes Green Arrow.
You know who's a really dumb looking character, by the way? The fucking that Green Lantern. Who's the is it Guy Gardner?
Yeah, Guy
with
Gardner.
the bowl cut with
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
ginger bowl
Mo.
cut. Is there a
Mo.
more hateable?
Oh yeah, he was a prick.
Well, he was meant to be that way.
Yeah.
And then he actually turned into a really good character for a little while there.
Which is that when he was Guy Gardner Weapon or whatever it was?
That was right after the Blackest Night.
Oh,
during Blackest
that's not it then.
He looks like the kid, like that all grown up and become a superhero, but the kid. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg.
Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
anytime that.
Give me
One of
Easter
these
egg.
days. One of these days.
So
That's it.
what Superman stuff are you holding on to?
Levy?
All of it.
I just want to know because like if it's like
You
a
know
lot
what?
if it's
Now-
like if a lot of it's like the John Byrne post crisis Superman stuff, I would really love to have that stuff.
Now you know how now I know how fucking chicks feel when they're in a bar and dudes are just fucking hitting on them and they're like, "Can you go away, sir?" And they
I'm just
keep
saying.
hitting on 'em.
I'm just saying, Mike. If a lot of that stuff is like
sir.
post crisis John Byrne Superman stuff,
what years would that be in?
I can see the
In the
cover
80s?
of the-
yeah, like
of-
late '80s,
I can see the Superman.
Late
I have all that shit.
late '80s Superman stuff, man.
Yeah, it's from the fucking
like from like '85 on.
70s into like the
But
90s.
see now, like you want to do the girl at the bar. He's the chick at the bar, has a fucking low cut dress with her tits hanging out, leaning over, going, "Hey, what's your name?" And then when he comes over to talk, you're like, "Oh, I didn't really think he'd come over."
It was the whole section. I had to talk about it. What do you want me to do?
Listen, Levy, I'm
He's
a good
looking shit up
Levy,
right
listen, I'm a good friend of yours, man. I'll sell you my action comic books all my Supermans that I got from the 80s and 90s. He's not even listening. He doesn't care anymore.
He doesn't want yours. He wants mine.
Levy.
Okay, so Man of Steel miniseries came out in '86. What I wouldn't do to get like original issues of that.
I have those. I'll sell them to you.
You know what else
much?
I'm getting rid of, Levy?
Oh, we look at it. We'll look at the price for it.
I'm getting rid of the Shaquille O'Neal Superman, the Steel, like the
The Shaquille O'Neal.
yeah, you know.
Wait, they actually made a comic book of the Shaquille O'Neal movie.
Well, nah, but just like the Steel, just
Like Steel?
Yeah.
Not a big fan. Not as big a fan of Steel. I mean,
Were you racist?
like,
you only like the white Superman?
yeah, actually. No, like the Man of Steel stuff, like the Man of Steel when like Reign of the Superman stuff. Yeah, I like that stuff. But like when he broke off into his own comic, I'm like, whatever.
Which book was it where they had like Superman like all up in front on the cover and he was flying like right on the cover and it was like issue 1? Is that Superman, or was that like a Man of Steel? Is that Man of Steel in the 90s?
Man of Steel.
You talking about Man of Steel? Oh yeah, that's probably Man of Steel.
90s? Those?
Yeah.
I have like all that stuff like right around that time and before then. I got a ton of shit. I got a ton of fucking Superman, and I don't even like Superman. Excuse me.
This one here.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is that? 90.
Yeah, that's John Bogdanov. It's never too crazy about his work though.
Are those the ones you're looking for? Like that era?
What, the ones up in the
Like Man of Steel, like that era?
Well, that's 90s.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about like John Byrne era Superman.
So you're looking for late 80s?
Yeah, from 86 on. Like because the Man of Steel miniseries came out in 86, and then like 87 was the post-crisis Superman books. And
now this is all contingent on how you answer this question. Do you know those framed Superman stamp things and Batman thing? Did you hang those up?
No.
No comics photo. You'll come back next 1 year.
You think I hung them up? I still got them.
Wait, what didn't he hang up?
I gave him this Superman. It was a 95 SDCC convention exclusive stamp. It was post office has a Superman stamp, and then at SDC they had a whole frame of like the actual big version.
You thought you were going to give Levy something framed and expect that
I
he was going to put it on his wall.
I gave him 2 or 3 of them. I gave him a Superman, a Batman, 2 Supermans, I think, actually.
Is your basement almost done, Levy?
Dude, they were like...
The basement itself has been done.
They're all wired and everything, just like the other one, yeah.
It's like the one I gave.
Ready to go. Just all you get is pick it up and put it on the nail.
You know what? Let's do a podcast from Levy's house one night. And we'll just come over, and while we're doing the podcast, we'll just hang shit. I mean, we're sitting here fucking around for 4 hours.
Fucking the noise, use the noise filter to take the fucking hammering out.
Leave the sound of the construction in the background. It sounds like we're really getting shit done that episode.
All right, that one's up. Never coming down. What's that sound of something on fire? Oh, that's the rug he had from fucking what was the artist from fucking what's the fucking, not the rug, the blanket that he bought from Don Figueroa? Is that who it was? Which blanket do you have? Yeah.
Oh, Bobby Skullface.
Bobby Skullface, yeah. Bobby Skullface blanket's on fire in the back. In the fireplace with glee. So, since the host has now left us looking at comic books...
real quick, the frame picture that I gave you said you needed a replacement print for that because like you got water damage or something. Yeah. If which is fine. I'm gonna totally give you one because we're boys. But if something happened to the Bobby Skullface blanket, do you think you would send your replacement?
I don't even know where that blanket is, to be honest.
He's got his G1 Autobots wrapped in the blanket. It's like in some pocket dimension.
I was gonna say it's some pocket dimension somewhere in that basement.
He's gonna find it like the Franklin Richards figure with it.
It's like the gate. It'll be like an alternate fucking dimension of shit in there. So, host, what's next?
How about your haul shop? Jesus Christ, how long's it been? How much time would we spend on Mike's freaking...
Well, he had a shopping list on his phone. I'm just going to go from memory because I got the Sky Striker.
Ah, cool.
G.I. Joe HasLab's Sky Striker.
Straight flip or opening?
Is that it? Sky Striker? Is that right?
Sky Stalker.
I bought it to flip it, and then I looked at it, and I was like, I want to keep that. I like that. It's cool.
Why shouldn't I keep it?
Why shouldn't I? It's mine, isn't it? I paid for it, didn't I? No, I was gonna flip it. It was going for twice the price, and I was like, actually looked at it. I'm like, yes, I dig it. I'm gonna keep it because it comes on a nice big flight stand and everything. Has like the pit crew and shit.
Now, does that fit the classified figures or the 3 3/4?
3 3/4.
3 3/4.
Okay,
that'd be huge if it was 6 inch.
Can you imagine?
This was already this big. But it came with the whole Cobra crew too, and stickers and all that stuff like that. But yeah, I like it. I didn't put it all together or put stickers on anything but I took a look at it. I'm like, I think I'll keep that. Yeah. I got Hot Toys
Iron Man.
Spider-Man, Iron Spider. Yep. With the comic book version with the 3 legs, not the 4.
Yeah.
And that was the only Hot Toys I got. I'll tell you what though, Lev, there's a whole slew of Hot Toys up there if you're interested in buying ones. There's all the movie Avengers, Black Widow, Thor, Captain America, a bunch of Iron Man, stuff like that. On what you looking up? What you looking up, Mike?
Oh, we'll find out in a second. Oh, she's putting a watermelon in her. Or is it? Oh, no, that's Sharpied out. That's a real cover.
No, that's one of those blank covers people draw.
Came up under Superman for some reason, so I had to click. I saw a tit. I had to click on it.
I know I got something else, too. I just can't remember what the I got the final Kang's Toys fucking Land Bowl. Or no, wait, Huggerino. That's right. I got Huggerino. And then I put together...
Who pronounced it Huggerino?
Levy. So now it will always be known as Huggerino.
He's Italian.
So, and I combined them into the one big fucking giant ass fucking Kubla Khan Kang Toys.
Huggerino.
Hey. That's fucking massive, dude. It's huge.
Did you put it together?
Yeah. Heavy. It's like picking up a small child.
Yeah.
So, but that was interesting.
Is that how you're going to leave it?
No, I'm going to take it apart and keep it in beast mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking weirdo.
I have my Dinobots and Dinosaur
Dinobots
mode.
I do have in, I got them in Dinobots.
So I figured I'll put a row of Dinobots on one shelf and then a row of the...
Are you going to get the Kang Toys Dinobots?
I was going to ask you that.
No, I don't think I'm going to. Actually, I have like 3 out of the 5, what's it? Gigapower ones. I think I'm going to turn around and sell those. I don't need to have 2 sets of Dinobots.
I thought you said you were going to keep those and get rid of the Fan Toys ones.
I was originally before they started re-releasing the Fans Toys, and they went from like $2,000 back down to $200.
So you preferred the Fans Toys ones? You're just
actually some of the stuff on the Gigasaur ones I like because some of them like more chrome plated. They feel heavier. They're easier to transform. They feel like they're made of better stuff. But I actually like the aesthetics of the Fans Toys ones too. It kind of they go hand. It's weird. It's like you look at one, you're like, oh, that's really cool, and the other ones you're like, oh, I like that more.
That's because Fan Toys definitely went for the cartoon Dinobots, but you definitely get the toy feels out of the Gigapower.
Yeah, they have the clear plastic with the digits and all the fucking your blinking lights and stuff in it. It's cool, but I was gonna do the whole set, and then I remember. They weren't making another one of them. I forget which one it was. It was either, I think it was...
The Triceratops.
Yeah,
Wasn't it Slag?
Slag. Yeah. And then I was like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm not going to pay fucking $500 for a second set of Dinobots.
They weren't going to re-release it because they did one, didn't they?
Yeah, but then they didn't. It didn't come out. And the Swoop did.
Right. But
then they ended it, and then I don't know if they ever were going to or not, but I wasn't going to wait around.
I saw... like a line drawing or like one of those like CAD drawing looking things of a Gigapower Omega Supreme a while back. Cool. But I'm just kind of wondering if they're just going to finish the Dinobots and just bow out.
I don't know. They're nice though. I like them.
Yeah, they're cool.
And they're easy to transform. They're real easy compared to like Fan Toys. But
did Gigapower finish the set?
They did a run of the Slag or no. Now which one was it? Was it Slag? Yeah, Slag. They did a run of Slag, but then they were going to do like a chrome run of it, and I was getting all the chromes.
That's what it was.
I was going to get all the chromes. Yeah, I was getting all the chrome versions.
How are they going to fuck everybody like that, man? That's like
they did like one release of it, but then it was either they weren't doing it or Chosen Prime wasn't ever gonna get any more of them or something like that, and I was like, oh man. And then when I looked around, I couldn't find them, and I was like, fuck it. But if they're available now, because I haven't looked in like months.
Yeah.
So if they're out now, maybe I will just get the other 2 and just fucking make another set. Because I'm thinking like as I'm going through stuff, I'm putting the cases together, and I'm thinking of like the organization of like where I'm going to put what figures where. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I got too much shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where the fuck am I going to display all of it? Yeah. So I'm like, who needs fucking 2 sets of Dinobots when you don't have enough display space? Yeah. But yeah, I got the Kang Toys Huggerino, and then Got a couple of, Figma stuff. I got all the Cowboy Bebop. The pop-up parade berserk you got?
Yeah.
I got the whole Cowboy Bebop set like that, which is really cool. That's about it. I can't really think of anything else that I might have got. I was going to get a Ben Reilly Spider-Man Hot Toys Levy. And I was just like, I got enough fucking bullshit.
Which one? Scarlet Spider or the actual
Scarlet Spider? Yeah. Okay. With the fucking hoodie, you know. So anyway, that's it. I did solve a line art thing in Blender today. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to really understand it. You might understand it, Levy, but so you know how Arc System Wars does the backface culling to do the outline?
Okay, yeah. So
I'll explain it to everyone who doesn't know what that means. So a backface, not blackface, backface culling is basically you take an object, let's say it's like a character, and you duplicate it, and then what you do is you flip the normals, and then you basically...
You flip the what?
Normals. There's normal vertexes on... you know what a vertex is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What's a vertex?
That's where the points meet.
Yeah, a points meet, right. So you have normal vertexes. So what you do is you make a duplicate of it, and you flip the normals, and then you basically solidify that model and stretch it out a little bit. And what that does is that creates a black outline around your character or whatever it is, so that you can have like outlines. And a lot of gaming systems use that technique. So Blender, that was like the whole NPR way to do like outlines and stuff. And a lot of people don't like that because it solidifies all the interlining stuff to the wrong dimensions. So when you turn it and animate it, it doesn't look right sometimes. So there's this thing called geometry nodes, and I figured out this way to actually draw the lines based on how the camera is projecting on something. So if you have the camera lined up in a shot, and then it takes the object's outline around it, and it draws a curve in as a mesh around that object. So if you actually turn the whole project, you see like this line, like a cookie cutter, going around the outside of the model. But when it's in the camera view, it just looks like a black outline going around it. So I did that. That hasn't been done yet, ever. So everyone's flipping the fuck out over it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I have to work on it. So, but yeah, I did that. So shout out to me. How about you, Levy? What'd you get besides Superman comics?
I got Mafex Billy Butcher.
Oh, cool.
Mafex black suit Superman from the Snyder Cut Justice League film.
I thought you weren't getting that.
No, that was the Mezco version.
Oh, okay.
that was the Mezco box set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I canceled that.
Gotcha.
I didn't cancel the Fantastic Four set though, so I think we're gonna keep that. But I just paid for Mafex Infinity War Loki, so that should be coming soon. I just got a big box from BBTS today, mostly gunpla-kits.
Wow.
Like a whole fuck ton of gunpla-kits.
You're like, fuck it, I don't even do this shit anymore. What am I going to do with all this model kits? I don't even do models anymore. Put it on the review table. Mm-hmm. Wait till the spring, sell them.
No, I'll be putting them together.
Okay. Didn't you say they were like super cheap? That's why I bought a whole bunch of them.
They're reasonably cheap. I mean, most of those kits were like $20, $25. So, but they're also like little.
Yeah.
you know, but that's cool though. I got NECA Gargoyles Hudson. He's still in the box. I haven't even opened the box yet.
Did you get him? You got him, right?
We got him, yeah.
I got...
Real quick before you go on, what's up with the wings, man? Are they doing other wings, or are they just giving us the drape wings for Goliath and that's it? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah, you work for NECA, don't you?
I just didn't know if you knew any information.
No, I don't know. I know Damona's... I think Damona's getting a pair of draped wings. Yeah. I think.
It's just bullshit because they're...
Because I think those... Did they say they were coming out with an Angela figure?
I believe so.
Because I think the Demona wings are coming with her.
It's just like, it's annoying because at some point, draped wings are going to be coming with some character that you just don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah. Honestly, they should just be releasing them with their draped wings. They should be giving you wing options.
Yeah, they absolutely should.
And I don't know why they thought having the wings outspread was a good idea. Like, they had to know, like, this is taking up so much goddamn shelf space.
Yeah.
At least have the wings folded up so that they're, like, pulled into the body a bit. Even if they're not draped over them like like the cloak, you know? Just have the wings up, but, like, just pulled in. So that way, you know, they're not just like...
You could do them at the joints, at those, like...
Yeah.
Whatever those bones are, like...
Yeah.
In sections, like you like mind weight, like a lot of times they do.
Yeah, well, just basically have them folded in.
Yeah.
So that they don't take up so much space. Because, like, when they're outstretched, I mean, that's for flight.
Right.
Or gliding in their case, but they're not going to be doing that standing on the shelf.
I mean, you want those type of wings to be in there for, like,
certain action poses and shit. But
I wish they were either give them both or make the ones more versatile, like where you can achieve both. Or
I would just honestly prefer folded wings if they're not going to give everybody a set of cloaked wings and shit. I would just prefer like folded up wings.
If they were smart, they would do them that they would make them the exact height, like where they help with stability, because NECA figures don't ever stand for shit.
Yeah.
Especially the way that they have those, like where the gargoyles are actually like you could
their tails help.
Yeah, but that's
Goliath, for the Goliath, the tail helps. I'm sure Demona does too. I haven't opened up Hudson yet, so I don't know how well his tail.
She has
works.
Hudson standing.
His tail helps to balance him.
Yeah, but I mean, it's she thinks you're gonna get all these characters, but she's already like we have that big space up on top of the details, and with all the, she's got enough to do like a back layer, like on a riser. Yeah, but she's gonna run out of space there too. Like you're not really gonna
because then you also got Xanatos and the Steel Clan robots and
I don't know what all she's gonna have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, and
it's just how it's gonna have to be.
And then you got Brooklyn coming and Lexington and Broadway and
I never watched the show
and Angela.
To be honest with you, I've seen like an episode or two here or there, but like. So there wasn't like one main bad guy like a Mumra or a Skeletor. This was like clans versus clans and shit. More or less.
No. This Xanatos was kind of like the villain of the first season.
Yeah,
even though he's the one that freed them from their curse. And the Steel Clan are just his robot gargoyles that he made. So really, the only and Demona was also an antagonist.
Yeah.
But then you also had. Macbeth and the Wolf Pack, I think they were called.
But they were all different. Pack. They were like different teams and shit.
Yeah, but honestly, the only real gargoyles were the Goliath's clan.
Yeah,
and then you had Demona. But then they found because they for a while they were the only ones that we knew that survived beyond the medieval age. But then they went to Avalon and found a whole bunch of their offspring that survived and
right.
But then you also have Coldstone, who's like
I've seen Coldstone.
He was the cyborg.
They teased him already.
Yeah,
so that's what I mean. There's definitely going to be choices to be made, especially with the way those things are built.
Yeah, the thing I like about that show is though all the Shakespeare inspirations.
Yeah,
like Macbeth was like literally King Macbeth. He wasn't just a character named Macbeth. He was the literary character.
Yeah.
And then Coldstone was actually inspired by Othello.
Yeah.
Because like he was actually three personalities.
It's just me posting.
Yeah, he was actually three personalities because they used parts from three different gargoyles to reconstruct them. And so
all right, I was just curious because I didn't know if there was like a like if you look at He-Man, like He-Man had like a main protagonist, group, man at arms and Adam and like there was like a certain group of them and shit, and then you had your like fringe characters, and then like you had Skeletor and Trapjaw and Beastman and Evil Lyn. But then you had the fringe characters there. But if somebody like me was going to collect something like that, I would just probably get like the inner circle of the good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah, well, you would definitely want to get Xanatos and a couple Steel Clan robots.
I mean, she's going to get whatever she wants. It's her collection now. She's an adult. She's going to have to make collecting decisions on her own. I can't.
So where was I at? Oh, my hall. So yeah, so I got a whole bunch of gunpla kits and shit.
Gargoyle, you told us about the gargoyle last Hudson.
Hudson. I got an Apple Pencil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You start drawing and shit.
Yeah, I've been messing around with Procreate.
Dude, is Procreate fucking awesome?
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool features. So I'm still learning it. You know, I haven't actually sat down to actually start drawing for real. I'm just like messing around with it, learning the features and shit.
Wait a second. What you're saying about Procreate being only OS?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. Oh,
April has a April has a 9th gen iPad.
That's right. All right.
So
I couldn't remember how you got by that.
Yeah. April has a 9th gen iPad, so I just asked for a Apple Pencil for Christmas because we celebrated the McPike family Christmas late.
Oh yeah.
So
I remember that. Yeah.
In late January because April's sisters were able to come home at that time, and so we, with her family, we all do like a Secret Santa gift and whatnot. And so I put out there, say, hey, whoever's got me, get me an Apple Pencil. So
cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish the Apple Pencil did that it doesn't do that the Wacom Pencil did is I wish you'd flip it and the eraser, it would have the eraser like in the back, like at the tail end of it.
Levy's that good; he doesn't need to erase anything.
I wish. Yeah, so I'm just messing around with that right now. I got Dead Space Remake for PC. Holy shit, that game's good.
Oh yeah, that's what I finished The Last of Us 2. That's another thing I did. Yeah, that was another accomplishment that I made.
Yeah,
that felt like an accomplishment. That's for sure.
Yeah, that game was long.
It was
holy shit, was that game depressing?
28 hours.
Yeah,
I clocked it in at. Yeah,
that game was depressing.
Did you finish it?
No,
I thought you didn't finish it.
I never finished it. I got to the point where Abby was taking Lev to go get his sister.
Oh, well, you're near the end then, on the island.
So, yeah, well, they were traveling through the city. He was taking her on the shortcuts through the city to get to.
They were going for the medicine for her or whatever.
Was it the medicine
when they were doing it real high up above?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was good. That was fun. Actually, gave me vertigo. Some of those spots. I was yeah.
So, that game was depressing. The game was such a downer. It really was. I love the game. I love the story, but
a great game.
The game is really a downer.
They put you through like an emotional
roller coaster,
more like an emotional
steamroller
decision making process that you're like, is what I was doing the right thing, or is this the right thing?
Well, that's the thing about the story is none of the things you do is really the right thing,
right? I was telling Kyle, I said, remind me of Metal Gear Solid 2 when you were playing as Snake, and then all of a sudden now you're playing as fucking Knucklehead, Raiden, yeah. And you actually see Snake when you're playing as Raiden.
People were so mad when they put you in control of Abby and had you play through half the game as Abby.
Yeah, I wasn't very happy with it either because I was like, especially the part when you're like you actually. The story comes back to its culmination, and you're still playing as Abby, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Where you have to, you're fighting Ellie in the theater.
Yeah, that's the part. Yeah,
and you hate it.
Yeah,
you absolutely hate it. Yeah, but that's the point. Like you're not supposed to feel like you're doing the right thing.
Right. Exactly.
And because I think what Neil Druckmann did with this game was absolutely genius. Because everyone hated Abby so much because of what she did. And all you wanted to do was kill her. You wanted to get your revenge.
I still wanted to the very last minute of the game.
You are Ellie.
I know. And
you are Ellie. Not just that you're controlling.
Yeah.
You, the player, are Ellie.
Yeah.
Now, you are completely invested. You are completely immersed. You are Ellie.
Yeah.
And you want that revenge.
Yeah.
Right? And then they put you in control of Abby, and it's just like this is terrible. Why do I want to play with her?
There was so many great scenes when you're fighting Ellie in the theater when you get the fucking shotgun blast to the face. It's like yeah, there goes fucking Abby dead.
Yeah,
but
actually, I love Abby's character. I
don't.
I think she's a great character.
I didn't like her character at all.
The thing is, like, she found because a lot of people when they play this game they say the whole story, the whole theme of the story is that revenge is bad, blah blah. No, that's just surface level. The real story is about forgiveness. You know, at the end when because people were so dissatisfied with the end, and spoiler alert for like a 4-year-old game here,
Right.
But
Well, don't forget there's a lot of people watching the TV show that never played the games too.
But Ellie doesn't kill Abby at the end.
I know.
She lets her go.
I know. I hated that. I wanted to kill
But
her.
here's the thing.
Twice.
The reason why she did that wasn't because she forgave Abby, but she forgave herself. And she forgave Joel.
Okay.
She forgave Joel for lying to her and taking away the meaning of her life. You know, because if she had been able to be used to develop a cure for the cordyceps, her life would have meant something. It would have contributed something to the world.
Right.
And he took that away from her.
Which is funny because when you're playing the first game, it didn't feel like that at all. When you're playing as Joel.
Exactly, because you're playing as Joel.
Right, exactly.
But here's the other thing, too.
Emotionally invested.
She also forgave herself because she was mad at herself for wasting the time that she had with Joel for all those years not speaking to him after she found out the truth.
Right.
Yep. And so at the end there, you know, she didn't kill Abby because she was actually able to finally forgive herself and forgive Joel for what happened and for what she did. And you can see that too. Like she's sitting there holding Abby under the water and you can see her struggling. And then finally she's just like, you know,
there's this, I know you didn't play it all the way through, but I don't know if you saw a clip of it or not, but there's this great scene where after the game's kind of done, the whole theater thing, she goes back to like the farm with her girlfriend. I forget her name. Dina. And she has the baby.
Yeah, I know all about the story. I've seen all the cutscenes.
But you haven't seen, did you see the cutscene where she's bringing the sheep into the barn?
Yep. And she has a PTSD.
Did you see that scene? Did you watch that? It is so creepy and it's so well animated and it's really good.
She has a panic attack.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that was really well done. You could tell even before anything happened, the fucking little baby sheep that's sitting all the way up against, standing against the wall there in the dark and the hay and all that in the barn are like, something's going to go. You can tell it. You can tell something's going to happen. And it did. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that was really well done. That's good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. Not as much as first game, but I liked it a lot.
One of the things I like to say to people who like absolutely hate Abby's character and whatnot is like, well, think about it this way. What if the first game wasn't you and Joel or Joel and Ellie, you know, trekking across the United States? What if it was about Abby and her dad?
Yeah.
What if the first game was Abby and her dad, and he was traveling to Utah because he got word that there was a possible cure. Yeah. And whatnot. So the first game was that, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game, some guy comes in, fucking blasts him in the face. He's dead. Abby comes running. Oh my god, my dad's dead. You'd have a very different opinion
and the
of
second
things
game is
in the second
revenge.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You'd have exactly. Now the second game is you tracking down Joel and getting your revenge. Yep. But now all of a sudden, now you got this person, you don't know who they are, slaughtering your friends. And then you come to find out it's the girl that you spared back in Wyoming.
Right.
So
that's why you don't leave anybody alive. No loose ends.
But it's all about perspective. And quite frankly, Abby was just as justified in her feelings of revenge as Ellie is. So, why is Abby, so hated when really her and Ellie are two sides of the same coin?
Because you didn't play a whole game as Ellie or Joel. You had you're invested
as Abby.
No, as Ellie, because as Abby, right? Because you already played the whole winter season as Ellie, and that was enough to be on her side for the whole thing.
Exactly. But the thing is, like I said, the point is like these are people too.
One thing
with their own feelings and attachments. And
before we move on to the next thing, I was going to say there's one thing I remembered in that game that was really cool is that when you go to do the crafting thing in the one apartment and they're like, there she is. And you're like in the middle of the crafting and they grab you. You're like, oh shit, that was
total subversion of expectation right there. Yeah.
Someone did a video they showed where that happened and they jump out and they go out to the apartment building and they run out into
outside the borders of the thing. Yeah.
Well, no, they get the fucking clickers and shit like that to follow them back up into the apartment.
Oh, okay.
And then it has the fucking the whole infected attack and kill all the people that are in that apartment, and you sit back and you watch the whole thing go down.
Oh, okay.
And then you just like jump out the window and you stand there. It's actually cool.
Did you know you can feed people to clickers?
Yeah, it's basically what they did.
You can actually like hold somebody. Right.
Oh, right.
Chokehold,
and
then get when the clicker's coming at you, you just push them right at him, and the clicker will just grab a hold of him.
I never used that move. I always did the silent takedown and fucking killed him right away. So anyway, moving right along, right?
Okay. I think that's it for my hauls.
Jesus Christ.
So, celebrity deaths, right? So Shirley from Laverne and Shirley died.
Oh, well, here I have a whole slew of them. Here.
Do you have them? Oh, okay,
we'll go in order.
Awesome. Take over, host with the most.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, so we didn't have a single show in January, didn't we? Mm-mm. Okay, so let me go through all these here.
You don't have to go through all of them.
Well, not all of them, just ones that are relevant. Wait a second. Okay, so Earl Bone, he played Dr. Silverman in the Terminator films. Remember him?
Yep.
And he passed away on January 5th in Hawaii. He was 81. Let's see here. Melinda Dillon. She was the mom in A Christmas Story.
Oh, okay.
And she was 80. She was 83 and died January 9th.
Damn.
She was also in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep.
Jeff Beck. Did anybody?
Guitar player?
Yeah. 78. Bacterial meningitis. Died on January 10th.
Damn.
Lisa Marie Presley. Died January 12th. Daughter of Elvis Presley. She was 54. Suspected cardiac arrest.
Yep. I remember
Robbie Knievel.
Yep. Read that
I didn't hear about that. Robbie Knievel.
I didn't hear about that either.
He was 60. He died January 13th after a battle with pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
David Crosby. January 18th. He passed away at the age of 81.
Damn. How old was David Crosby?
81.
Huh.
Famously from the band Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Just to put in perspective, like Patrick Stewart's like 80, 81. Brett Spiner's like 74. Fucking Jonathan Frakes, he's up there. He's almost 70. He's like 60 something, right? I think.
Yeah,
probably. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with Lance Kerwin. He's a former child star. He was in the Stephen King miniseries Salem's Lot.
Is that the suicide?
I don't know if he died from suicide. It doesn't really say cause of death here for him, but he was 62.
There's a child star that I can't remember who it was I was reading about. I think...
well, the kid from Eight Is Enough also passed away.
Is that it?
He was like 54.
Did something happen with... or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. No, that's all right. I looked him up. It wasn't who... yeah, never mind.
Cindy Williams, made famous from her role as Shirley Feeney in Laverne and Shirley. Died January 25th. She was 75. Let's see here. Lisa Loring, the original Wednesday Addams.
Yep.
That one I heard about. Yeah.
January 20th. She was 64 years old from a stroke.
Which is ironic because like that new show just came out recently.
Yeah.
Right.
She must have hated it that much.
Yeah.
I heard it's a good show.
No, I guess it is.
It was a pretty good show. Honestly.
Was it?
Yeah.
I only watched the first episode yet, and that was it.
Annie Wershing passed away at the age of 45 from cancer. She portrayed Tess in The Last of Us game, providing her voice and motion capture work. She was also the Borg Queen in the latest episode of Picard.
Yep.
In the second season of Picard.
Yep.
She was also in Vampire Diaries as the Salvatore's mother, and various other shows. So, one of her more famous roles was on 24 as FBI agent Renee Walker. on the 7th season of 24. So 45.
That's young, man.
Yeah. And then most recently, Burt Bacharach passed away.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, at the age of 94.
Wow.
So he composed Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head for the 1969 film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And That's What Friends Are For, which was later popularized by Dionne Warwick, Elton John, Gladys Knight, and Stevie Wonder's 1985 cover. So, So a lot of celebrity deaths in the preceding month.
Yeah.
That'd have been a long.
So, Mr. DC,
Yes.
since you're such a big fan of DC,
Yes.
wearing your Superman shirt,
And keeping all those Superman comics.
collecting all your Superman comics
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
archival purpose. What do you think of the new DC slate of movies they announced?
I don't know. What were they?
You are
rest my
such a
case.
wonderful DC
I rest
fan,
my
Mike.
case.
Such a
Who's
wonderful
in
DC
charge
fan.
of the DC cinematic universe now?
Right now, what's his face? James Gunn. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well,
At least you know that.
I saw that, and I saw that he was discussing plans or whatever, but I didn't really see what those plans were.
You didn't see the announcements.
Nah.
Too busy reading your DC books.
busy.
I
Yeah,
guess.
too busy reading his Superman comics.
Too busy reading the covers of all the comics so far.
Well, one thing that was cool, and keep me honest if I got this right or not, Levy. I think I got it right. But the director, is it James Mangold that did Logan?
Yeah.
He's going to do Swamp Thing, right?
I think I heard
Ooh,
that.
Swamp Thing. That's interesting. There's a big run of Swamp Thing in there, too. It's like when I pointed at the drummer. I was really pointing at the comic books that time, though. But yeah, he's got a big run of Swamp Thing in there.
James Gunn himself is writing the new Superman film.
Do you see that meme where as soon as James Gunn announced the Swamp Thing, Alan Moore immediately hated it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, is that really a meme or is that really just reporting the news?
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's like- he never liked anything.
No, he doesn't like any adaptations of his work.
I think the whole Sean Connery adaptation of the
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
kind of like,
Well, to be fair, no one likes that.
yeah, he's really bitter. He's like, look what they've done to my child. They raped it, killed it, murdered it. He's like, oh, come
My boy, look what they've done to my boy.
now I shall retire. Now that I've destroyed your property.
It's not a good movie. I did have fun watching it though.
I think I was drunk when I was watching it. So I just remember Alan Quartermain and Captain Nemo. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I walk a different path.
I couldn't even.
And then proceeds to
quote a
kick
line for
everybody's ass with martial arts.
I just remember Sean Connery hated doing it, but he got paid and he was fucking.
Well, he didn't understand it.
Yeah, and then I think then he retired, right?
Well, the reason he picked that, or he agreed to do that movie, is because he turned down so many other films. Like he turned down Gandalf in Lord of the Rings because he didn't understand the script, and he turned down freaking The Matrix because he didn't understand the script. And
Who did this?
Sean Connery.
Oh, my God.
He turned down so many scripts because he didn't understand them.
what was
and
he
so
supposed to play in The Matrix?
I think Morpheus.
Oh,
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Welcome to the Matrix. The Matrix.
what if I told you?
Morpheus. Morpheus.
probably just couldn't pronounce it. Morpheus.
Yeah. Morpheus.
Take the red pill. Or take the blue pill.
I remember my Charlemagne.
Anyone that has fought an agent has died.
Or what was the
Maybe it was Agent Smith.
what was the bad guy's name? The guy with the glasses. The
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith.
Smith. What is it?
Smith.
No, he is Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Find them and destroy them.
You can't ever be in a bad mood when you're talking like Sean Connery.
Nah.
So, so he agreed to do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen because he didn't understand the script. It was like, well, I mean, might as well, right? And then that led to him retiring from films forever.
Yep. So there's going to be a Swamp Thing movie. They're doing a bunch of other stuff too, like Monster Thing, and then they're rebooting everything. They're going to tie in all the TV shows, all the comic books, all the movies.
Are they still keeping Peacemaker
games.
though? Are they still keeping Peacemaker though?
Yeah, they're going to finagle it somehow because the Flash movie is going to reboot everything.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that they were going to have cameos of like Ben Affleck and a bunch of other people from the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
In this new Flash movie, Mike.
Yeah.
And then they took them all out because they're like, why should we tease something that's you're never going to fucking see again?
Yeah.
But they're leaving in like the Michael Keaton thing. But the other rumor that I heard, take it as a grain of salt, is that Christian Bale might actually come back as Batman for a series.
Oh, yeah?
They might have talked him into coming back as for something.
Interesting.
They're supposed to be doing a Amanda Waller TV series.
Yep.
Viola Davis is coming back for that.
Yep. Green Lantern Corps.
It's called Lanterns.
Yep.
It's going to be like a buddy cop style TV show.
Yep. And they're going to do the whole Bat Family thing. You being such a big DC fan, know who the Bat Family is, right?
There's a couple of comic books. I came across a couple of comic books in there. I came across the Batman family and Superman family comic books.
Cool.
Yeah. Good times.
But yeah, like all the stuff that doesn't kind of match up with the main worlds is going to be like Elseworlds.
Right.
Stuff.
Yeah, like the Batman 2.
Yeah, like the sparkly Batman.
I mean, I know of DC stuff. Like I know Elseworlds is like that's like the what if kind of DC what if shit, right? Kind of, right?
Yeah.
I see, like I can see Levy's head just
judging you,
coming around the corner like Jack Nicholson and shit.
He's just judging you.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's some of the other news that I read about? I read some interesting Marvel movie spoilers.
Well, actually, can we talk about the Superman movie?
Sure. Since you are a big Superman fan, Levy, yes.
Yeah. You know who Superman is, right, Mike?
I don't want to talk about it because I thought Mike already read all about it. He'd be very bored.
I mean, you do know who he is, right?
I'm completely aware of Superman.
Okay, just making sure. But yeah, so James Gunn is writing it, and there's a rumor that he's going to be directing it too. I mean, the premise sounds pretty generic. It's about a guy who's trying to come to terms with his Earth and Kryptonian heritage. And it's like, okay, so, basically it's just like any other Superman movie. But at least it's not going to be an origin film. We all know Superman's origin, right, Mike?
Right.
Okay.
You want me to go over for you? I can go over for you.
No, it's okay, Mike.
It's okay. This is all a thing to me. I got to earn my fucking, my fucking nerd card or whatever.
Oh, no, you earned it plenty.
All right. Jesus Christ almighty. I like how people want me to play D&D, but they want me thrown off of the podcast for like... Pick a direction, people.
Nobody said anything about throwing you off the podcast.
You're hinting at it.
I am not. Not at all. I mean, where would we do it then if if we kicked you out? I ain't driving all the way to Jet's house every other week.
We can come over to your house.
Nah.
We can,
Nah, that's okay.
do some Bob Vila work while we're over there. Hang some things.
That is the worst drill sound effect I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, so
you knew it was a drill, though.
What's that?
You knew it was a drill, though.
Yeah, I knew it was a drill.
Anyway, speaking about D&D, not to interrupt you again, Lev, but Nate made a new character up, Mike.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to make him a portrait so that he could use it as an icon in a game. And I used AI to create the picture.
It sounds like Levy's already seen this. So
yeah, we have.
You can only imagine.
But let me find a picture of it because I don't see it, but everyone was saying it looks just like you.
By the amount of Levy's laughter, I'm thinking I'm going to be mad at this.
And I don't see it. But anyway, so Nate wanted me to make like an ugly gnome, and so
And it looked just like me. That's fucking great.
And I was like, all right. So in the prompting and everything, I put like gnome, ugly, fucking, spiky hair, bad teeth, whatever. And this is what I came up with.
I have nice teeth.
And Levy is like, that looks just like Mike. And I just don't see it.
Kind of does look like you a little bit. Well, it's also the expression too, because I make that face. It kind of does look like me. Wait.
That's great.
Hang on.
That's great.
I don't think it looks like him. I don't see it. They say
You also didn't think that Wolverine figure didn't look like Mike either.
I don't.
It's a fucking dead ringer.
Put it in the Discord thing just in case you ever want to bring it up on the TV for anybody for a third opinion. But
Yeah,
they said put all the metal on the face and it's you. And I'm like, I don't see it.
It's close.
I don't see it.
But it's helped out by the face, because I've already seen like people send me shit and it's like, hey man, that looks like you, and I look at it and it looks like a crazy face like I would make, but it doesn't actually look like me. So that's probably a little bit of both. It's helped out by the expression.
I don't know. I still think put a couple rings in there, pair of glasses.
I don't see it.
Put a little gray in the hair.
I've been trying to grow this beard.
Is that what that is? Okay.
It's a strong week.
I was just
So
like,
far.
what the hell?
So, what were we talking about now?
I just thought you woke up late. Well, we thought you wanted to start talking about Superman.
Oh
movie.
yeah. They want to get a younger actor in their 20s to cast. I think mostly it's because they have like a 10-year plan for these films. So
Yeah.
and it's funny, like the Snyder Bros they get so angry.
What do you mean?
The people who are angry about Henry Cavill not coming back.
Oh.
And it's like the vitriol that these people spew is just astounding.
Do you see the latest hashtag they're throwing?
Oh, about Netflix?
Yeah,
Netflix pick it up?
sell the Snyderverse to Netflix.
Yeah.
The best part is like Snyder doesn't want to have anything to do with it
Yeah.
anymore.
And here's the problem though. The thing is, like, because WB caved and went and made the Snyder cut, now these people are feeling emboldened. And now they feel that if we cry loud enough and long enough and hard enough, they're going to cave to our demands.
That's why you never give in to terrorist demands.
Exactly, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the Snyder cut. I enjoyed the Snyder cut. I'm glad that they made it. But at this point now...
Yeah, it's amazing what another 2.5 hours will do for a movie.
But yeah, no, these people are just getting ridiculous, and they need to let it go.
What do you think Mike's more likely to watch, being a big DC fan than as himself? The Snyderverse cut that's like 4.5-5 hours long, or a whole series of DC shows?
An episode of Super Friends.
I'd probably watch the movie first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably watch the movie.
You watch a 4.5 movie before you watch like a whole
Probably
season
not
of
one
something.
sitting. It would definitely be broken up for sure.
Which is funny because
For sure.
a whole season of Vox Machina is probably like 3 hours long, but the Snyderverse
No, that
cut's
I'll
probably
watch because
longer
he
than
told
that.
me that was only like 6 episodes, like 45 minutes each or something.
No, it's 12
episodes,
Vox
20
Machina.
minutes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's 12. Each season is 12 episodes, half hour long.
Yeah, that's
Like
like
25
that's
minutes.
like a old school cartoon.
Honestly, I think you'd really enjoy that show because if you like the old D&D cartoon,
Yeah.
this is just like that, but for adults.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Really, it's really just better animation, better story, and more adult themes.
Yeah,
And some great music too. Like the one of the most recent episodes had this really awesome fucking hair metal
Yeah, it was
song. It's an
really
original song.
It was really
But yeah, man, it was fucking awesome.
like a Steel Panther type of thing.
Not that bad. It was, they actually, well, I shouldn't say bad. Not that much in that genre, but more of like just a heavy metal guitar
Yeah.
song. It's good.
And like Sam Riegel sang it and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the fight scene that it accompanied was amazing. It's fantastic. The last
really
3
good.
episodes of that show were just absolutely fantastic. Probably some of the best that the series has had to offer.
It has the same type of animation as like the Voltron.
Yeah.
It's by the same company, right?
Is it
Titmouse?
Titmouse? Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed when we looked at the trailer.
Yeah. If in all seriousness, if you can check out Vox Machina, you'll enjoy it.
So the second season just finished up
Yeah,
today. So that's your cue now.
Well, technically last night, but it launched at 8:00 last night.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, if you have the time, check it out. It's a really, really, really good show.
Are we moving on to like what we watched since we're talking about that?
Do we have any other nerd news?
Nothing I can think of. Oh, there's the Marvel stuff, but that was like, if you want to take it with a grain of salt, it was just all rumor about if you want to find out who there's a rumor. If you guys want to know the rumor, I can tell you the rumor.
Yeah,
it's like a few movies in though. It's like
I'm a real fan. Tell me the rumor, man.
It might be it might be one of those twisty spoiler rumors that might ruin the movie for you or something like that.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so they're saying that the antagonist is gonna be a variant, right?
Antagonist for what?
For
like the whole phase?
For Secret Wars.
Oh, okay.
It's actually going to be a variant of Tony Stark.
Oh.
And RDJ is supposed to come back and play like a villain.
Oh.
Bad guy Iron Man.
Is he going to be Iron Man 2499 or whatever it was? The Morgan Stark?
You know how
Iron Man?
the MCU takes like a lot of like different universes amalgamations and they kind of stick them all together.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like they took the Avengers from like the Ultimates, but they made it, they gave like kind of more character personalities from the 616, but they were still kind of like a blend of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're going to try to do with this. They're going to try to blend together some type of, you know, Iron Man variant.
All right. Well, that would be cool.
The Midnight Suns, all that stuff is supposed to be happening with Ghost Rider and Blade and all that shit. Sweet. It's going to be part of the Darkhold stuff, which ties into Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Which is going to tie into the Agatha Harkness series, which apparently was written by Kang. So it's all like this.
What was written by Kang? The Darkhold?
A variation of him, of his variants. Because they said if you look at the way it's written and the shit that's in Scarlet Witch and then the stuff like in Shang-Chi and all that writing, it's all the same type of style. And it's supposed to all kind of connect like that with the multiverse thing. Once they hit the Secret Wars or right around there, almost all the phase 5, 6, whatever that is we're in now, is going to be Battle World movies. Kind of in between.
I can't wait for all that shit.
If they do it that way. So that's what they kind of... So, and then with the Hugh Jackman Deadpool thing, they said that might actually spill into an Old Man Logan movie. So...
Spill into an Old Man Logan movie.
Like a Battle World thing.
So an actual Old Man Logan movie as opposed
with
to
Hugh Jackman.
The Old Man Logan that... I mean, it wasn't Old Man Logan, but it was
not Logan.
It was basically Old Man Logan.
If that's all...
The Old Man Logan story is fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is.
With the Hulk and shit, man. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for all that stuff. Because you know what, man? I hope they didn't... I don't know. They kind of farted around in phase 4 a little bit.
What phase are we in now? 4?
4.
Well, 4 is over now.
Yeah, Ant-Man's the beginning of 5, right?
I believe so.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
But like now they're getting into some shit, you know? Like, I don't know. Phase 4 was... Even for a diehard Marvel fan, was a little bit of a snoozer.
This phase was like the West Coast Avengers of Marvel comics. It's like they're there and you like the characters, but it just wasn't like,
didn't have as much impact.
Yeah, it was just there. So, but yeah, that's that was probably one of the big things that they said that Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back as a bad guy variant.
Yeah, like
Iron Man.
Yeah. I just hope they don't go too fucking convoluted with the multiverse shit, man. Like it's and time travel and all that shit. I mean, I know they kind of already.
Well, the time travel thing. A rumor I heard was that there's the Fantastic Four movie might actually take place in the 60s, and they'll be brought into the present, or vice versa, where they're actually in the present. They're
by Franklin or
some type of time travel.
Yeah.
There's also supposed to be
When's Galactus get here?
That's going to be a Fantastic Four thing. Silver Surfer is supposed to be popping up in some show or movie, maybe the Nova show that they're going to be working on.
Oh, they're doing a Nova show?
Yeah.
With the Richard Rider Nova?
Yeah, which kind of sucks because they said it's going to be like a handoff to the younger Nova for that. So you're only going to see him a little bit, and that's
Richard Rider, by the way, is an unfortunate name.
I was say Richard Rider was a badass in Annihilation.
Yeah, great character, just an unfortunate name.
And then, like, I think most of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 are going to get snuffed.
Right. It's time.
Yeah, think so.
Well, I guess it's just those guys aren't not from the storytelling standpoint, but just from actors seem to have their characters have a shelf life to them.
Yeah.
You know, like Tom Holland is like, great, you got him young for Spider-Man, but he's not going to want to be playing Spider-Man for fucking 30 years, you know? Like,
he's 25 or something like that? He's got plenty of movies left in him.
Yeah, he if he wanted to, but, you know, like to us, it's like, oh, dude, if I could be like the Winter Soldier for the next 20 years, that would be awesome. But like Sebastian Stan doesn't think like I do.
There was an interview with, who's the guy that was in The Mummy?
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser. There was an interview with him. He was just talking about how he was actually up for the role of Superman, and he almost got it if it wasn't for like Hollywood politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back when J.J. Abrams was doing a Superman movie called Flyby or something like that.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
And it never panned out, and that's when the whole fucking movie, the boring ass fucking movie came. What was that dude's name again? I forgot the actor now.
Ralph?
Is that Ralph?
Brandon Ralph. You're talking about Superman Returns.
Yeah, Superman Returns. So that since the J.J. Abrams didn't pan out, but yeah, he actually said, he's like, I don't think I want to play Superman for the next fucking 10 years, you know, or be typecast as that.
Who said that? Fraser?
Yeah, Brandon Fraser.
Oh, okay.
And he said he was kind of glad that he didn't get it. And he said that he thinks that his screen test was probably the reason why, because he said everybody was auditioning for it.
Yeah.
And even Nicolas Cage.
That's a firm no.
He was in it, man. He was going to totally be in fucking, what's his name's fucking
He eventually
Superman.
did get to portray Superman.
Tim Burton's Superman.
Nicolas Cage eventually did get to portray Superman.
What did he do then?
Teen Titans Go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he was pretty fantastic.
Oh, that's the other thing. They're going to do a Spider-Man noir show.
Yeah.
Sony's going to do a Spider-Man noir show, but Peter Parker's not going to be in it.
Well, no, because I don't think Spider-Man Noir is... Well, no, he is Peter Parker.
Parker. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's just one of those weird Sony things.
It's just, yeah, but the Peter Parker...
Like, we're going to have Spider-Man noir, but
it's
Spider-Man's not going to be in it.
Set in the 30s and shit, yeah.
Yes. It's like,
yeah, why... Okay, no. Why would you not have it be Peter Parker?
Well, it's like they're doing the Madam Web thing. We're going to have that, but we're not going to have Spider-Man in it. You know? We're going to have Venom movie. We're not going to have Spider-Man in it. Anyway, same thing. So that's some of the rumors I heard. Take it as a grain of salt or not.
So
I did watch. I watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul. Have you seen that?
I saw the first 4 or 5 episodes of the first Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah,
Didn't like it.
it's not that I didn't like it. I just never went back to it. It was one of those ones I watched a bunch of them and then I got distracted by something else and never went back.
It was all right.
Yeah,
it was bad. And then I watched the first season of Overlord.
How was that?
Tokyo Ghoul is better.
Yeah.
It was. I think it's because I've watched that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And what's the genre, Levy?
Isekai.
Isekai genre is where you die in real life and you get resurrected in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's so many of those shows now.
Yep.
But that was recommended. It was a really high rating, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And it was just the bad guy was the main character. It was kind of boring, actually, kind of. But I did watch one that was cool. The dude that did Akira did...
When you say the dude that did Akira...
the director, writer guy, whatever the fuck his name is. But he did a movie where they were in space, and it was supposed to be like a whole space ghost demon horror possession thing. Space Ghost. Not Space Ghost.
Coast to Coast.
No, not Ghost to Ghost. But it was supposed to be really good, and I was just like, this is wasn't that great. It was kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It was from his Memories 3 movie thing.
I'm always down for some space horror.
It was
You should play Dead Space.
I've seen Dead Space.
I thought it was going to be like a Dead Space or like a oh my god, I'm blanking on the movie now.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. I thought it was going to be an Event Horizon thing. And
Yeah,
I love that
wasn't
movie.
it? Didn't turn out.
Event
It didn't turn out to be that at all. So, but I was a little disappointed. So if you ever see that recommendation where like, oh, you should watch it, it's just like Event Horizon, and the dude that made Akira did that is,
Yeah, sounds like a winner. But
yeah, it's not. It wasn't. So
bad.
I just been watching The Last of Us and
Oh god, that show's
Vox
so
Machina.
fucking good.
So Vanessa had this show on. I don't even know if she put it on or if it just came on. It was on Netflix. It was a Michael Myers show called The Pentaverate. Have you?
I've heard of it.
sounds familiar.
It was. I would have never watched it on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
but it just happened to be on, and I was high, and it was kind of winding down for the night. So I was just kind of like, I came in, and it made me laugh like in the first 10 seconds I was watching it. So I ended up staying on when I came down, and it was really, it's like really, it's like stupid funny. Not quite as stupid funny as like something like Airplane would be.
So I married an axe murderer.
Yeah. But it's like, well, yeah, Michael Myers stupid funny, you know. But it's like basically these 5 guys are they're like this secret society, like, you know, the Freemason type group or whatever,
Right.
It's
So they're
just
all played by Michael Myers, right?
everybody in the whole fucking.
Oh, I remember seeing the trailer for
everybody
this now.
he plays a bunch of them. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them
Was he like some type of weird Swami guru type of thing too? Like,
amongst other characters. Yeah.
all right, I remember seeing the trailer.
What's
for
his
this,
face?
yeah.
Key from Key and Peele, or is it the other guy? Who's the tall, skinny guy? Not the guy that made the horror movies. That's Jordan.
Yeah,
Peele.
that's Jordan
So it was
Peele.
Key.
So, yeah, he's funny.
Is
I
that
like him.
Peel or wait? Is Jordan Peele? No, it wasn't Jordan Peele.
Yeah, it was
The other guy.
It was other Peele. But yeah, he was in it for a bit.
I heard about this show from a Watch Mojo list of movies that were sent out to die, or shows that were sent out to die.
What is it? This one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, or no,
Michael
it wasn't. Oh, I'm
Myers-
sorry, it wasn't what Watch Mojo. It was a what culture list.
Mike Myers has not had a very good movies like lately at all.
Well, apparently, from what I understand, the show's actually pretty funny.
Ah.
It's just that they just put the show out there with no marketing.
I never heard of it.
Yeah,
My
no one's ever heard
I
of the
saw
show.
the trailer. I
Yeah.
saw it. It just looked stupid. It looked dumb.
It really
Almost
was.
no one's ever heard of this show.
Oh, it's a show. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, it's a show.
No, it was a show.
Oh,
So I saw like 3 or 4 episodes of it, and I'm
So you watched
honestly
that show?
fucking laughed through.
who watched
most
that
of it.
show?
Yeah, he'll watch that.
I didn't
show,
watch
but
it on purpose,
but he won't watch The
3 or
Last of Us
4.
or Legend of Vox Machina.
Accidentally didn't, you know.
Well, no, I accidentally watched the first episode, but then like you made me fucking crack the fuck up. I'm in for the next episode. Like
Gonna clean my room, but then I got high.
it had me laughing, man. It was
I'm
pretty
watching
fucking-
Michael Myers, and I don't know why.
Pretty funny. Also, the documentary called
Because I got high.
the Pez. What was it? The Pez. Ah, man, the Pez King. It was this old man went around collecting Pez. Ah, man,
I know about this
Pez guy.
from years and years ago because my one friend's girlfriend at the time was collecting Pez. She was a big Pez collector.
Pez Bandit or some shit. Hang on.
It's a big thing.
The Pez Outlaw. The Pez Outlaw.
Pez is a big thing.
Yeah.
Bigger than what you think it is. It's crazy.
Well, long story short, this dude, spoilers, but this dude was like, got into Pez through this series of events and shit like that. And Pez is kind of like the Hasbro and Takara, how like there's certain shit is Takara stuff and certain shit is Hasbro stuff. And sometimes they cross over and sometimes they don't. So apparently there were Pez's that were coming out in Europe that were not approved by America Pez. So he just like, they said he just fucking flew over there, didn't know whatever fucking country he was in. He didn't know the language and didn't know where anything was, and just kind of like went and was basically bringing all this Pez back to the United States and selling them for fucking mad amounts of dollars. And I don't want to go too far into spoilers or whatever, but you know, there was like some back and forth between him and the actual Pez people that it was one of them fucking shows I watched. It just made me hate corporate America even more. Because there was a dude that, like, just some fucking poor schmuck of a dude that found a loophole that made a ton of money and was doing, like, good things with the money. Wasn't just being a greedy cunt with all of it. And and they fucking found out about it, and they were, you know, doing all this work trying to shut his ass down.
I was talking to my wife the other day, and we was going back through all these different characters to see if she knew any of them. And I was like, "Do you remember Crazy Eddie? Remember Crazy Eddie?
Yeah,
Crazy Eddie, my prices are insane.
I showed her some of the commercials. She's like, I have no idea who that fucking is. I'm like,
wait,
oh, man,
who is he a spokesman for?
Furniture store.
Crazy Eddie. No, it was electronics.
Oh, was it electronics?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was Unclaimed Freight or something like that.
No, it was Crazy Eddie.
It was Crazy
I thought it
Eddie.
sold furniture, but okay,
The actual store was Crazy Eddie. The guy that was doing was a radio host.
Yeah.
And he actually just died like a few months ago. No one said anything about
Crazy Eddie's dead?
He was also arrested for a while there.
Well, a lot of people think that he was Crazy Eddie.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was just an actor, right?
It's like people think Darius Rucker is Hootie.
Right.
That's Hootie. I mean,
Wait, you're right. Yeah, no. It's different though, because he actually was Hootie in the Blowfish.
Well,
this guy was just an actor. He had nothing else to do except for the commercials.
Yeah.
But that real Crazy Eddie, who actually ran the electronics store and stuff like that, had this big falling out with, I think it was Hasbro or somebody. I forget, a big company and stuff, because they were like, oh, you can't do this. And he was selling shit like he was cooking books. So he was selling stuff like really cheap. That's why his prices were insane, quote unquote, because they were illegal. And he illegal. And he got he went to jail. He the business closed down a couple of times. They tried to bring it back and stuff like that.
Crazy
but
Eddie got shut the fuck down.
I was reading all about this shit that he was into. I was like, holy fuck, this guy was crooked. I was like, and they had like 39 stores at one time or something like that. It was crazy. Insane. But yeah, I was just going through all these things. That was one of them. And I was like, because I was reading on Wikipedia what happened. And I was like, wow. And then I was going through all these fucking Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And I was like, do you know this character? She's like, no. I'm like, how about this one? She's like, nope. I'm like,
who are you asking this of? Your wife?
My wife. So I was like, do you know Jabberjaw? You remember Jabberjaw?
Yeah,
fucking
like
shark.
Jabberjaw.
Fucking Secret Squirrel.
Yeah.
Secret Squirrel. Yeah. Fucking, I was going through all of them.
Herculoids.
I didn't even ask her that one. I knew she wouldn't know that one.
Teen Force.
This one blew my mind. Fucking
Electromoleculad.
Fucking Snagglepuss.
Oh, Snag.
She didn't fucking know Snagglepuss.
Space Ghost.
Left. Yeah, none of those characters at all. McGill Gorilla. All those. None of them.
Great Ape.
Nope. The only one she knew was the fucking Smurfs.
Remember the Hair Bear Bunch?
Did you ask her about Scooby-Doo?
Was Scooby-Doo had? Yeah, Scooby-Doo was Hanna-Barbera. Mm-hmm. That's how it started. When I was, I said, oh, it reminds me of Dynomutt. Yeah. She's like, who's that? I said, Blue Falcon, Dynomutt, Scooby-Doo. Nope. Huh. Just blank.
The Hair Bear Bunch?
Blank stare.
That was Hanna-Barbera, wasn't it?
Wait. That's what made me think of it, like way back when I was watching the trailer, because I saw watching that trailer for Paint.
Yeah.
And at one point his hair's all fucked up and shit. It reminded me of the fucking bear that had his hair all
like he was like the Boomhauer of the bear community. You didn't know what the fuck
the big fucking fro and they played in the band.
Yeah. I just like how when the fucking superintendent would bounce out, they hit the button and all the party fucking shit would pop out from behind the walls. Botch. I
must have watched the new Puss in Boots movie probably about 15 times now, I think, with my son. So.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's on Jetflix.
I hear it's good.
It's really good.
I watched
a documentary on Woodstock 99 called Trainwreck, I believe.
Apt title.
Yeah. The Pixies played on that, right?
A lot of people played. Yeah. I don't remember the Pixies for sure, but I just
remember that because the chick, I forget what the fuck her name was. She was the bass player for the Pixies, or she was playing bass for the Pixies, but before she was in the band. But then that was like one of the things that Billy Corgan grabs her, and that's when they did Zwan after he left Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, it was right around the time.
Yeah, it was some wild shit, man. I remember the event, but I never really got like that much of an inside look at how fucking violent and fucking just shitty the whole event was. And how is there a more talentless motherfucker that made it to rock superstardom than Fred Durst?
Yeah. Shit. I hear his name all the time, and I forget. I blocked it out of my head now. Fuck the karaoke dude.
Karaoke dude.
Yeah.
Milli Vanilli?
Fuck. No, you're taking too far back. This is like the past 10 years. Ah, man. Pitbull.
Oh,
My joke is always like, some dude was karaokeing there. Like, let's see what happens. We throw some money at him, make him an album.
Yeah.
And just got out of control. Now they don't know what to do.
Now he's Pitbull.
Now the corporate America just doesn't know what to do. Well, he's making money. Huh?
He's out there dressing like an 80-year-old white man.
I don't know anything about Pitbull. Like, what kind of music does he even sing?
It's like it says. It's like some dude doing karaoke.
Really?
It's really shitty. It's not memorable at all. That's what I was trying to get to. Michael Myers, probably his most memorable recently was in the Queen movie.
Yeah.
The Freddie Mercury movie, when he was playing the record executive.
Oh, yeah.
No one's going to sit in a car and jam to this.
Yeah.
So Fred Durst.
I never liked Limp Bizkit from the very beginning. I fucking smell a fucking turd right out of the sphincter.
My wife said to me, didn't mean to interrupt you, but she sent me this link to fucking Nickelback, like in concert. And she's like, we should go to that.
Oh, should we?
I thought she was fucking around with me. I didn't know she was serious. I'm like, you want to go see that? She's like, yeah. I said, no. She's like, why not? I said, fuck no.
I've seen Nickelback in concert.
Well,
they're coming around again.
Yeah, they were opening, or who's opening for them? Daughtry or some shit. Is there a more fucking Vampire Diaries rock and roll show you can go to than Daughtry and fucking?
Oh my God.
Look, April really liked Daughtry, so I got her the tickets.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't a bad show. It was fun and entertaining.
If you heard one Daughtry song, you heard every goddamn thing that dude ever wrote, if he does indeed write any of his own shit.
It was the show.
Listen,
was fun and
if you enjoy yourself,
until Stain came on. Stain was just terrible.
Well,
Stain.
You know what happened to Stain? Stain had like some heavy shit in the beginning or whatever, and then that fucking guy, they wrote that. What was that? It's Been a While or whatever. Remember that song? It's Been a While. That got played the fuck out a million times, and then they discovered how to write radio hits, and then they just like lost all. I don't know. Heaviness, aggressiveness in their music, and I wasn't really big of a fan of theirs anyways, but they brought Jewel in, by the way, to calm everybody down at Woodstock 99. Did you know that?
No.
After like the place was fucking going crazy for a couple of days and shit, they actually had to she came in and she had to leave they cut her set short because they could see the crowd was getting violent, and they're like, we got to get Jewel the fuck out of here, man. It's a pretty good documentary.
Could you imagine moshing to Jewel?
There was people crowd surfing. It looked ridiculous. I'm like, these motherfuckers are crowd surfing to anything.
What's that? What was that one song that she did?
Who will save your soul?
No, not that one.
That's the only one I remember. She has some big ass titties on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually a pretty good documentary. But I never really saw. Man, it's amazing,
You were meant for me.
The plug should have been pulled on that shit on Saturday, but they let it just keep going, and it just I don't know, devolved. Basically, the feeling that I was getting while watching that documentary was I could very easily see how the entire planet could devolve into total fucking
riot.
Yeah, chaos. Nobody's gonna work together during some sort of fucking zombie apocalypse or aliens coming or any catastrophic thing going on. It's just gonna turn into Woodstock 99.
Yeah,
is that? I can't remember. Was something did they nobody want to go home? They had to fucking remove people. Was that a part of that?
I didn't.
Or am I thinking Music Fest?
Music. Still people hanging out at a Music Fest.
Because they never used to have to bring the fucking riot shields down with the horses at Music Fest until that 1 year.
Yeah,
nobody wanted to go, and then they were like,
Yeah, there was a few incidents, I guess. Which I guess, listen, it's the law averages. There's a pinch of assholes.
Yeah.
In every group of people, and it doesn't
30% cunts.
30% cunts.
Well, that's the fucking when I was down there at. Holy shit! What's that? There was not Mardi Gras, but the time Fat Tuesdays. Is that what it is, or something Wednesday.
Sounds about right.
There was the thing down in Philly back in 2000, 2001 or 2000, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that was,
It was a big thing.
It was a Mardi Gras-like event.
Yeah, it just turned into this big riot.
Yeah.
And I was fucking standing there and people started smashing fucking shop windows in and fucking tearing shit down. And I was like not like Eagles won the fucking Super Bowl celebration thing where people are climbing stuff, like literally vandalizing,
just
looting,
rioting,
like smashing things so they grab fucking like TVs and shit. And people were like, girls were getting fucking raped and stuff. Like they're all like getting jumped on like by dudes. And it's just like mass. Like you ever watch 200 people just move in a mass, like all toward one thing and then back, and then just I can see why people get trampled to death. You were like, oh, this woman got trampled to death at Walmart or whatever for Black Friday. You're like, how the fuck did that happen? When they just fucking stand up. And when you watch those people like move and there's just that weight of everyone pushing up against like a metal grate that's down in front of a store, and you see that person getting smashed up against them by all the other people behind them. Yeah. It's fucking scary, man.
It's like the Great Weight incident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, having some Murgatroyd. Exit stage right. But that was fucking scary. But the Woodstock thing, I thought there was something like where they were like, we're not leaving, and they had to fucking hose them down or some shit.
I haven't seen the last episode or two yet.
Oh, okay.
That's another series.
Oh, okay.
But I was out here just going through comic books just one after another, so it was on, and I was letting it roll. But, yeah.
Yeah, man, when everything, like, breaks down, it's just going to be tribalism. They're going to be little tribes of people everywhere in their own cliques.
Yeah, for sure. There's not going to be no working together. That's for damn sure.
I'm going to be Danny McBride, and this is the end.
You're going to be one of the first to go.
I'm going to be the cannibal lord.
Oh, I thought you'd be like they're coming out of the bathtub doing the spin around, making all the fucking breakfasts for everybody, using up all the food.
In Levy's mind, the apocalypse, the grocery stores is still going to be open. Like, he's not going to have to get out.
Why would I need to go to the grocery store? I'm going to have plenty of food around me.
You still got to catch it.
All of you, the people.
Imagine him in a loincloth with a bow and arrow, just like in a fucking tree stand.
No, I'm probably going to be one of the first to die.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, man.
I'm fat and out of shape. I ain't running from shit.
So if you had a choice, right? That's a good question. If you had a choice to get wiped out in the beginning of an apocalypse or like be one of the survivors, like which one would you pick?
Survive all day.
Survival?
I think it would kick in whether you wanted it to or not.
Like, doesn't matter what apocalypse. Could be AI, could be nuclear, could be fucking zombies, could be vampires.
Nah, kill me.
What?
Kill me.
Take you out?
I value modern society way too much.
I think a lot of us do. I think we all do, but...
I mean, you say survive until you have to fucking shit into a little steel can.
And hiding from the cannibals.
Fighting dysentery and,
scurvy.
And help you if you're a woman. Imagine living without tampons.
Yeah, shitting in a can would be the least of my worries, but I get what you're saying for sure. The only situation where I could see taking myself out is I couldn't see myself in the I Am Legend situation, like it's just me and fucking Cherry. You know what I mean? That's a fucking lonely situation, man. Last man on earth, and then I gotta fight, and then I'm there with a Westie of all fucking dogs. So.
And then the dog dies, and then you're like, "Oh, God!"
That would be it for me. That's still like, if you tell me to name my like top 5 heartbreaking fucking movie scenes of all time, like that's one of the first ones that pops into my head, man.
I can think of 3 off the top of my head. Fucking Optimus Prime dying. Fucking was it Littlefoot's fucking mom dying?
Oh, Littlefoot's mom was one of the worst.
Fucking Hugh Jackman, fucking Logan, fucking
Logan
Professor X.
Was a bad one. The Professor X, I think, was sadder than Logan.
It was sad.
Well, you know what it was?
This whole fucking movie was kind of sad.
Professor X was like, when I saw Logan, that was back when my nana like was just going with all the dementia and shit. Well, you dealt with it too with your mom and shit. Like so it hit home extra.
Oh yeah.
Does Schindler's List count?
To some people.
Wow, Chad. I meant for most heartbreaking moments. I meant like the entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah.
Some people it matters.
Oh, God.
Some people still think that shit was fucking made up.
I know.
There's Holocaust deniers fucking.
And that's really heartbreaking. Actually, it's more rage-inducing than heartbreaking, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, if we're going over things that we watched, I just want to, in the time paradox section of the show, I just want to congratulate the Philadelphia Eagles on winning their second Super Bowl trophy.
Wow. Dude, you just jinxed it, man.
No. I did this last time. I called it last time when they played the Patriots.
And what happens when they lose?
I'm gonna counterbalance it. So I already saw the game. And
the Raiders won.
And Kansas City beat them by 7. So
Who won? Who won between the Eagles and the Chiefs, Jed? The Raiders. The Raiders came in like fucking Stone Cold with a chair and shit and just started fucking
and took the fucking trophy.
So what was the final score? It was 37-24-6.
What's the third team game? Is that that's not rugby, is it?
What?
What's that?
What's the game that has 3 teams?
Teams?
It's not. Is that
3 teams? What are you
is it rugby or scrimmage or?
I don't know.
I never heard of no fucking game.
Quidditch?
Not Quidditch. Quidditch.
Quidditch was on the
Quidditch.
Ocho. Quidditch was on the Ocho. Did I tell you this when we were at TFCon?
People running around with brooms in between their legs?
Yeah, and it was on the Ocho. Like, and I thought it was a joke.
What's the Ocho?
It was the Ocho?
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Dodgeball. But it was some real shit. You get outdoors.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Dodgeball?
Long time ago.
Remember the network they broadcast on was ESPN 8, the Ocho.
No, I don't remember that.
And now apparently it's a real thing.
Oh,
because,
is it? Oh, no.
Because we're living in an idiocracy.
Because they were playing Quidditch.
No, I didn't know that.
That was also the channel that I watched competitive cornhole.
You know what? I always think of like the best things to do hindsight is like what I should have did, because there was other people there. Like as we were watching the Quidditch, I should have been into the game like I'd have been into an Eagles game, just pacing around my table and fucking screaming shit at the TV or whatever when shit was going on.
Go Bards!
Go Bards! Yeah. Gurman was watching one of the playoff games. I don't know if this is going to be as funny to you as it is to me, but it was the
Quidditch.
It was the
Playoffs?
Jaguars
Basketball.
Jaguars Chiefs, and I think the Jaguars had beat them earlier in the season, and then they were playing again in the playoffs or whatever. And Gurman hit me up like an hour before the game. And he's like, man, fucking Doug Peterson. He's like, you got the fucking Jaguars rolling. He goes, they're winning 31-10. And I'm like, what? And I looked at my phone and it said the game wasn't starting for another hour. So he must have been watching, like, they must have been doing a replay or some shit on one of the ESPNs. And he thought it was a real game. And I immediately thought, how fucking awesome would it have been if it was an Eagles game plan and he thought it was like real time. But it was a fucking replay, and he was just flipping shit. He was in Staley's, like just losing his marbles, and everybody around him would have known it was a replay with him. And they're like, "Oh yeah, the fucking stoner's time traveling."
Yeah, that's when you slowly back away from the crazy guy at the bar.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so
lots of crazy people around.
Congrats to the Eagles. Good job, boys.
Yeah.
This might all be for nothing, and she's might have fucking blown them out.
Yeah.
For all I know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think based on the two teams, do you think it's going to be a low scoring game or a high scoring?
I think it's gonna end up making it close to the 30s, if not into the 30s. Both teams.
Oh, so
I think it's
going to be a big blowout, huh?
No, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be one of those like 34-27 games.
Oh, okay.
Or 34-31 or
so
38.
A lot of passing, not that much running.
I think the Eagles are gonna run the ball. I think the Eagles are going to run the ball a lot because they got a strong running game, and the Chiefs got not the greatest run defense. And the more that the Eagles run the ball, the less that Patrick Mahomes has the ball. So honestly, that doesn't really equate to me thinking it's going to be a high scoring game, but I just feel like the Eagles always murder like in the first and second quarter, and then they coast on the way to the finish line, which they won't be able to do with the Chiefs, but I still think they're going to get out to a lead. But I think that the Chiefs are going to throw the ball a lot to get back into the game. And I think it's going to end up being back and forth. And I hate to say it because my nerves can't take it, but I think it's going to be one of those games that like whoever has the ball last. You know, they're going to be within a point or two of each other, and whoever got the ball last is going to have a chance to drive down the field and fucking get the winning field goal or winning touchdown or whatever.
It should be a good Super Bowl because the other team, Kansas City, isn't known to really be a bunch of cheaters like fucking the Patriots.
It should be a good game. This should definitely be a good game, regardless. And you know what? I'm going to say this, man, and it's weird, but man, the pressure is off. Like, of course, I'm going to be insanely disappointed if the Eagles win. But the fact that if
the Eagles lose,
they got if they got their one win out of the way. So like the empty trophy case and how many fucking rings you got and your 0 Super Bowls and all that shit.
Damn birds.
All that shit. All that shit is fucking like off our shoulders and stuff. You know,
damn birds.
We damn bird. Did you see the Chinese spy balloon? Did you see that meme?
I saw
that shit was great.
Hilarious.
Did you see it?
no.
Oh,
So
you know about the Chinese spy balloon, right?
Yeah.
Well, the NFL memes.
Balloons, actually, there's more than one.
The NFL memes page is always fucking crushing the Cowboys and shit. So they started doing this thing a couple seasons ago where like if the Cowboys play, say the Eagles. The Cowboys play the Eagles beat them and shit. You know how the Cowboys fans are always like, we them boys and all that shit. NFL memes will put Jalen Hurts, it's a blank white screen and just put Jalen Hurts popping his head up and shit. And it says up at the top, just checking to see if y'all still them boys. And every time they lose a game, the Cowboys lose a game, they add the opposing team's quarterback to this like collage of. So then at the end of the season, you got like 6, 7, 8, 9 faces going, we're all checking to see if y'all still them boys. So there was a post, a meme put out, and there was the White House Twitter page, and it said, "We've discovered a secret message on the Chinese spy balloon," and you like click on it, and you had to zoom in, and on the side of the balloon, it said, "They're just checking to see if y'all still have boys." We were fucking rolling, man. Like, oh shit!
Did you do that, pen and ink?
No, that's Vanessa. Anytime you see any kind of like doodling and shit like that, that's definitely Vanessa's like loves patterns and all that shit.
This pattern right here, this stuff right there.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That she did. When I was like in 5th grade, I like made a whole notebook of that shit. I used to draw shapes and then I'd fill it in with those fucking same type, exactly the same fucking type of pattern like that.
Yeah, she did that. She did that to all the TV trade or the TV trays out there and shit.
That's so cool. Yeah, like I said, I used to do that for everything.
When she should have been like
vacuuming.
She was doing in class. Yeah, she should have been vacuuming. She's coloring. She has all these coloring books now.
I gotta do some. I gotta plan this year, right? I forgot about it because there was no fucking snow this year, right?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to take a video of Lori fucking shoveling the snow, and then like I have like a cup of coffee. I'm like, ooh, that's hot.
Standing on the porch in the big slippers.
On the porch, I'll be through the window, looking through the window, And then, in the summer when she's mowing the lawn, I'll be like drinking some soda. I'm like, ooh, that ice cold. Wow. And then just do like a couple of years of it and make a montage every like 30 seconds.
You could have one of those little like handheld fans that you're like fanning your nuts with.
Chad, can you give me some water?
Or when she's mowing the lawn, have you on a lawn chair just lounging back.
The feet up.
Yeah.
With a Corona next to
with a little umbrella in it.
Give me some water. Give me something to drink. I'm doing something.
I'm busy.
I'm busy.
Little bit of gaming news.
Stay with us, Mike.
I don't know if you were
Stay with us. Come on, you can do it.
It's tough, man.
I don't know if you were a big Metroid fan.
Back in the day, I was.
Oh, yeah. I saw this piece of news, Levy.
Nintendo Shadow launched the Metroid Prime Remastered on the Nintendo Switch this week. So,
I thought you hate Nintendo.
I do hate Nintendo, but I love Metroid.
Is this like when Brother Kyle's gay cousin is cool with the Chick-fil-A because it's like, man, they got them chicken sandwiches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love Metroid Prime. So I went and bought it.
Never played it.
It got me to turn my Nintendo Switch on after about 3 years.
The only thing I ever played was the original Metroid on Nintendo.
I can't believe the Switch is out for 3
a great
years.
fucking game too. So, but yeah, and like I said, I've been playing Dead Space remake. That game's a lot scarier than I remember it being. Because like I played the original Dead Space, wasn't really all that scary. This time around though, I don't know, man.
The ray tracing, the shadows.
Okay, let me tell you this. I'm sitting there playing, right? I'm in the dark. I got my headphones on. I'm totally immersed, right? And I'm at this point where like, because I'm playing on hard mode, right? Normal, it's too easy. So you get too many resources. So it's not scary. So like I'm playing through this section where I keep dying. Like I'm low on ammunition and I just got the telekinesis ability, right? And I keep dying over and over again because it's a room filled with enemies. Like they keep popping out and like I got to kill them all. And I died again. And wouldn't you know it, at that moment, that's when April comes up behind me, taps me on the fucking shoulder. And I'm like, fuck!
That's a good way to get lit up.
Dude, I almost got a heart attack from that. And I'm like, Jesus, what are you trying to do to me? I've been calling you for like 5 minutes. Like, text me. My phone's right here. Just text me. We live in the same house. I don't need to text you. And I'm like, you just almost gave me a heart attack. He's like, that sounds like a you problem.
I don't even answer my wife anymore. She yells up from upstairs across the entire house, from the second floor all the way down to the other corner. John! And I'll be like, nope.
Well, that's precisely why she came down and tapped me on the shoulder.
I'll fucking call me on the phone. I don't fucking not walking up a set of stairs because you're like, does this look right? You know, did I make the bed right or fucking blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Anyway, so where are we at?
Well, I was talking about Dead Space.
Oh yeah, Dead Space. That's right, and Metroid.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been watching The Last of Us, along with 7 million people, or 7 million other people. Fantastic show. Great really adaptation. I like how they're expanding on characters and whatnot. And
I don't know if you need it or not, Mike, but it's on Jetflix if you need it.
What show is that again?
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have HBO, don't you?
Yeah, we got HBO.
I couldn't remember if you did or not.
Yep.
But yeah, so absolutely fantastic show. Fucking love it. Finished Legend of Vox Machina last night.
Yep.
These last 3 episodes were just absolutely insane.
The whole season was really good.
Yeah, but these last 3 episodes I think are probably the best of the series so far. So absolutely loved it. It's fantastic. Can't wait for next season. So, been listening to Critical Role Campaign 1. So,
yeah, I wanted to wait till the animation was over and then I'll pick it back up again.
Yeah. We weren't around when this announcement was made, but Critical Role has signed a multi-year deal with Amazon Prime Video. Multi-year deal to include new series and movies. And their first announcement from this deal was a Mighty 9 series that is going to be coming out within the next couple of years, probably.
That's one of the news things I was going to tell you. What the hell's his name? Fucking, is it Justin Roiland?
Justin Roiland, yeah.
Roiland.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Rick and Morty. He fucking got dumped. So he's the guy that does all the voices and shit. And fucking,
he was.
I was reading a lot of fucking crazy shit about him.
Fired from that. He was forced to resign from his game.
Apparently, he had little to zero involvement after the first season of Rick and Morty.
Other than doing the voices.
Yep. He did all the voice stuff from home. And he would only come in when there was other celebrities there and stuff.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. Apparently, him and the other guy. What's the other guy's name?
I know what you're talking about.
They haven't apparently spoken in years.
Well, they tried to do a whole media therapy, all that stuff, just to get nothing. Didn't want to do anything to do with anybody.
Yeah,
I think that's probably why everything went to shit. Maybe too, because it's just he's a fucking dick and asshole and misogynistic, and the other guy.
Well, he's a wife beaten piece of shit too.
Yeah, right. So.
Well, and apparently these charges that he's got against him are really serious.
Yeah, they're felony charges.
Yeah, and if he's convicted, he's going to go to prison for years.
Yep.
And
there's plenty of people out there that I'm sure can do a Rick and Morty voice, so don't need to worry about that,
Fuck that dude.
Faux show.
Fuck that dude. So, in more gaming news, the...
Stay with us, Mike.
I'm trying.
The video game Hogwarts, Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy
I see a lot of YouTube ads.
It's a Harry Potter RPG. Well, you're not really playing Harry Potter, but it's a Wizarding World RPG.
Yeah. Right?
But have you heard the controversy surrounding this game?
You can't play Quidditch.
No. People...
Wait, is that right?
No.
Oh, well, I was wrong.
Well, maybe you can or can't. That's not the
okay.
That's not the controversy.
Oh, I thought that's what it was.
No,
did I get it right?
No, the controversy is that...
J.K. Rowling's fucking...
How do I word this?
A racist?
Social justice warrior trans allies. And I use that term loosely because they're harassing people who are buying this game, streaming it. Well, not even buying it. They're harassing they're going into people's Twitch channels and harassing them for even giving any kind of exposure to this game. Mm-hmm. Because we all know about the controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling, how she was outed as a TERF.
TERF?
Yeah, she's anti-trans.
Anti-trans?
Yeah, she's an anti-trans woman.
I've been learning a lot of new.
She's against transsexualism.
Past couple weeks, like what's the other one? Oh shit!
I knew that one.
The TERF was the one, and the other one was the groomer. That's the other one.
Groomer?
Yeah, you ever heard that one? A groomer?
Well, I mean, probably not in the same context as you're about to tell me.
A groomer apparently is someone who
sounds like a fluffer.
No. It's someone who like takes like a younger kid or whatever and takes them to like trans shows so that they become more trans.
It's not just trans. It's just.
Well, what is it then?
Well, it's anybody that prepares somebody for sexual abuse. Like, you could, like, somebody could.
Oh, I didn't think it was a sexual abuse thing.
No, it is. A teacher or an adult. You can, start forming a relationship with a young child.
The context
and
was
sending them messages. That's what grooming is.
The whole context was around the whole LGBTQT, all that stuff, right? So it was like anybody who promotes anybody who promotes any type of like LGBT to their kid. They're saying that they're grooming them. Okay.
But grooming is the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity.
Yeah. I just don't understand all that shit, man. I don't understand what bothers you that much that you got to take a personal, I don't know, have that much.
Because people think they can tell other people how to live.
Yeah. Which is basically the same thing. If it's J.K. Rowling's is guilty of whatever her opinions are. Now it translates down to her properties, and everyone comes out and
so basically this mob mentality is going out and lashing out at people that they perceive that is supporting her in any way.
Jesus,
and so they're harassing people who are playing this game. Like, there's this one channel called Girlfriend Reviews. And she basically the whole shtick is that she watches her boyfriend play games and then she reviews the games. And it's a fun channel.
Great shtick. That's a great.
Yeah,
shtick.
and I enjoyed the content. I watched some of their videos. It's fun.
Great idea.
It's fun. They harassed these people so much that it drove her to tears. They put their Twitch chat into sub-only mode, subscriber-only mode, so only subscribers can comment in the chat. These people went and subscribed to them, gave them money so they can go and harass them.
That's like hate watching.
How pathetic is that? And it's like, look, I'm all for being a trans ally, but this ain't it, man. This ain't it, because you're going after these little people because they're easy marks, and really you should be directing your fight at the bigot who wrote these books. Okay? Take your fight there. That's where the fight should be. Not these little people just trying to play a video game or whatever, and if you're so concerned about her getting money for this game, she already has money. She has all the money in the world. We've all given her that money, from reading the books or watching the movies or whatever. So really, this is just icing on the cake for her. Any money that she's going to be putting towards anti-trans legislation or any kind of anti-trans rhetoric or anything like that, she's already got that money. She's already got those resources. She's going to do it anyway. So whatever money, whatever residuals, kickbacks, royalties she gets from these games is a drop in the bucket to this woman. And she's already got the money. She's already got the resources to do this.
That's
so
like all those
going after these little people,
burning their jerseys. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already paid for it, you dumb fuck.
Right. Go ahead, burn it.
Leave these people alone, because all you're doing now is you're being a bully.
It's
social
media has been so rampant with stupidity lately. I have not
lately.
Well, for a while, I have not. I have removed myself from the majority of it.
Yeah, I don't engage with anybody anymore. Like, I can't tell you how many times I wanted to comment on stuff, on things that I read, and I just don't. I don't
even see the comments.
It doesn't. First off, it doesn't matter to me in the end. Yeah. It doesn't affect me at all. Doesn't affect my life, and I'm not going to change anybody's opinion. The only reason I would want to engage with these people is to stroke my own ego. Really, that's all that is. When you engage with these people, you're stroking your own ego because you're letting them know how you're telling them how stupid they are, and they know that you're telling them how stupid they are, or whatever else. You know what I mean?
I don't even fucking care.
I don't even bother with that shit.
Yeah, I don't care about this fucking shit, like social media. Anything.
Like, sometimes, like, when I see something, I'll read, like, a couple comments and be like, yep, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I back out and I continue my scroll through my feed, posting memes, whatever.
I thought you were going to say something like it was they had a controversy because the game was shitty or something like that.
No.
Not because it was a fucking.
No, it's the whole J.K. Rowling being a turf.
I'll tell you something that was actually pretty interesting, though, that was on Twitch, besides this stuff, is that someone created an AI to make a perpetual sitcom. So it was always writing and doing the whole thing, right? So it would never end. And they were streaming it on Twitch. And Twitch was like, we're going to shut that down. Because it'll never end. It was like this big, huge following.
AI is getting weird.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jed Stradamus has spoken. AI this year will be as big as the internet was and everything else that happened like 20 years ago.
What do you think is going to happen with the next copyright lawsuit?
I'm not talking about art and stuff like that. No. I'm just talking about everything else. Like when it comes between businesses, investments.
Are you saying we're going to hit the singularity this year?
No, I'm just saying that, like how you had like email. Everything was this, that, e-commerce, that. Then it turned AI. Then it was Then it was like iPhone, iPad, this, right? This is, and then like the whole cloud thing came around. There was always like a buzzword. This is the next one. When you have Microsoft dumping $10 billion into fucking this company, and then they're going to be changing their Bing search.
Which company?
OpenAI.
Oh, okay.
It's the company that did the Chat GPT.
Okay.
Have you checked that out yet? Oh, okay. They're gonna integrate that into the Bing search engine, and that's gonna basically kill Google in about a year or two, unless Google, which they actually do, they have their own AI search integration being developed. I think it's called. I was gonna say Darwin, but that's not right. That was a Microsoft thing. It was like
Skynet.
Something like. I forget what it's called. Anyway, but they have their own thing they're working on.
You want Terminators? This is how you get Terminators.
But anyway, and they already started including it in Teams. So I don't know if you ever use Teams or not, but for like corporate company stuff, they have like, this whole video, audio, chat type of thing, right? Well, they have it now where you have a meeting on Teams. AI will listen in. It will transcribe everyone's conversations. It will create important notes of the events that people talked about. Yeah. And then it'll write all this stuff up for you. So basically a lot of it, they're doing natural language to something.
Right.
So natural language to art, natural language to music, natural language to SQL searches, all that stuff. So that's why tech stocks have been pretty hot these past week, because NVIDIA, all the other ones like that, AMD, they all went up while every other stocks went down. Except for today. But that's going to be the next big thing. This year's going to be really a big takeoff.
Jefferson's been working on
AI. Is he?
Yeah.
What's he working on?
AI.
That's hilarious.
It's not really.
No.
What's next?
You should try out ChatGPT if you can.
What is it?
Chat GPT.
Okay.
Basically, it gives you a prompt, and you just talk to it normally and ask it a question by typing in it. We should see if the Eagles win the Super Bowl. That's a good one. Here, I'll bring it up on my computer because I think you have to sign up for an account. That'll probably take too long. But you want to do toy news while we're looking? I'm bringing this stuff up. Oh, it was weird news. That's right, Levy. Weird news.
Oh, yeah, weird news.
Actually, I can do it on my phone. That's a good question. Let's see what they say. What the AI thinks. And at that point, then we'll see if Mike actually likes AI or not.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's only one answer.
Fucking Skynet, man.
So we're looking up this up first?
No, you can. Well, yeah, I can look it up real quick. I think I can sign in real fast. I think it keeps my thing.
Yeah, there were no comment. There were no questions.
Yeah, just checking.
All right.
So
Wheelie Nelson.
How should I word it? Will the Eagles win the Super Bowl?
I guess you don't have to have anything about the Chiefs.
No.
Or will the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? I guess.
Will the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Tell us, Skynet.
What does Skynet think?
Kill humanity.
That'd be the name of one of the linebackers.
No, the Eagles will not beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because there will be no Super Bowl because I'm launching nukes on Saturday.
Did you see that? Did you see that Alexa cartoon yet?
Yeah.
With the meme thing? You did? Oh, okay. So it says, I'm sorry, Dave.
Dave
says, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to predict future events as I don't have access to future information. The outcome of a football game can depend on many factors such as the player's form on the day of the game, injuries, and tactics employed by the teams. It's impossible to accurately predict the result of a football match, so the best thing is to enjoy the game and see what happens on the day.
Well, that's awfully upbeat.
That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out, Skynet.
Gosh, Skynet, you're an awfully upbeat AI.
Give me a question, I'll ask it since I'm in the system.
Did Robert Palmer win the U.S. Open? Or did Robert Palmer ever win the U.S. Open?
Did Robert Palmer ever win the U.S. Open? Says, no. Robert Palmer was a British singer, songwriter, and musician, best known for hit songs such as Addicted to Love and Simply Irresistible. He was not a professional golfer and did not compete in the U.S. Open, which is a major golf tournament, Levy.
Levy.
That's what it says. Guess the news you were asking the question, Levy. No, it doesn't have Levy at the end.
Yeah, I know.
Let's try one here. Who is Blackout and Shout?
Oh, man.
See what we get out of that one.
I'm sorry. I can't answer that.
Wow. Didn't expect that answer. It says Blackout and Shout are two popular songs by the British rock band The Who. Blackout was released as a single in 1978, while Shout was released as a single in 1981. Both songs were well known and regarded as fans of The Who as some of the band's most memorable, iconic tracks. The Who is considered one of the greatest and most influential rock bands of all time. It's been making music and touring for over 50 years. I did not know that. Did you know that, Michael? I did not know that.
Yeah.
You knew that Blackout and Shout were two famous songs by The Who?
No.
You know what's really funny?
Blackout
some of
was
our listeners are probably people looking for The Who.
Blackout was a Scorpion. There was a Scorpion song called Blackout.
That's a good point, Levy. But where did the pork stuff come from? That's the other question. Did Mike Kincaid know that? Here we go. All right. Is Mike Kincaid a DC fan? Question mark.
Is Mike Kincaid an internet celebrity?
Come on, man.
I don't know who Mike Kincaid is.
It says, I'm sorry, I don't have any information on whether or not someone named Mike Kincaid is a fan of DC Comics. It's possible.
I can tell you right now what the answer is. No.
It's possible that this person is a fan of DC Comics, but I don't have any specific information to confirm this. However, DC Comics is one of the largest, most well-known comic book publishers in the world and has a large and dedicated fan base. So it's not uncommon for people to be fans of DC Comics and its characters.
Shit, man.
What else do you want to ask you real quick before we go to weird news?
I don't know.
That AI just sounds like one of them fortune tellers that just tells you vague shit.
Well, then ask me a specific question. It'll give me a specific answer.
How big are Kat Dennings' titties?
How big is Kat Dennings?
That's K-A-T.
Denning?
Yeah.
Breasts. Oops. That's beasts.
Beasts. Oh, here.
Her Great Dane is the size of so-and-so. It says, as a responsible AI language model, I do not answer questions, provide information that is inappropriate, disrespectful, or violates OpenAI's use case policies. This type of question is considered offensive and disrespectful to the person being asked about, and is not appropriate to ask about someone's physical characteristics in this manner. Let's focus on topics that are more constructive and in line with OpenAI's policies.
Good job, Jed.
Michael.
All right. Weird news?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, for my first story, author Susan Meachin announces she's alive years after a parent's suicide.
Okay.
So,
who's Susan Meachin?
She is a romance author, and her daughter announced her mother's death by suicide on the author's Facebook page in October 2020. Tributes then proceeded to pour in.
I guess her book sales went up too, I bet.
Since then, Meachin's Facebook page has served as both shrine and repository of Meachin's work, announcing sales and offering audiobook codes to the late author's stories. The only problem is she never died. The drama began when Meachin, apparently alive, made a post in the private writers' Facebook group, The Ward, announcing she was alive. Her post reads, I debated on how to do this a million times and still not sure if it's right or not. There's going to be tons of questions and a lot of people leaving the group, I guess. But my family did what they thought was best for me, and I can't fault them for it. I almost died again at my own hand, and they had to go through all that hell again. Returning to the ward doesn't mean much, but I am in a good place now, and I am hoping to write again. Let the fun begin. So the romance community has since blown up over the news.
So wait, so she went nuts, and they locked her up, and then they said she was dead? But
I guess she tried to commit suicide, and so
they sent her as...
They said that she was dead.
Okay. Sounds a little fishy to me. Yeah. Sounds like a good marketing ploy, though.
Yeah.
Mike, let's fake your death.
If that's what we got to do, man, I'm in.
So, yeah, it's pretty weird. What people are saying about Susan Meachin online. Susan Meachin faking her own suicide and then wandering blithely back online because she got bored is so exquisitely insane, tweeted author Gretchen Felker Martin. Romance writers really are operating on another plane of reality.
Did she write the Violated by a Velociraptor books? No,
the dinosaur romance novels.
Yeah, is that her?
Taken by the T-Rex.
Is that her work?
A millionaire dinosaur forced me. Yeah, I'm gonna read Susan Meachin's books now. Tweeted user Nega Versace. I'm not a romance person at all, but I must experience the workings of this mind.
That's a brilliant mind. I'm sure she made a bunch of money.
This Susan Meachin thing is so unbelievably disturbing and horrible, tweeted Bog Witch Books. What sane person fakes their own death for 2 years and then randomly gets on Facebook one day and just is like, hey guys, I'm back. All right. So, this next one comes from IFL Science. I feel like maybe I did talk about this one before, but the dog who kept pushing kids into a river to acquire steak rewards.
No, you didn't talk about that one. No. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought you were going inverted like penis route or some shit like that. No. I said, yeah, we definitely talked to that one.
Yeah.
No, not the dog pushing kids into the river though. That's pretty funny.
So apparently in 1908 Paris, according to a story from the New York Times, there lived a dog who was definitely not a good boy. There was a Newfoundland dog that heard a child screaming for help after they had fallen into the River Seine. The dog searched for the source of the screaming before diving into the river and rescuing him. And so far, so good. However, according to the story, the problem began when the dog was rewarded with a nice big slab of meat, which we still say is slightly a cheap reward for saving a whole human child. However, they unwittingly provided motivation for bad behavior. The dog now realized that saving children was a path to beef, and it didn't have the moral fortitude to simply wait for them to fall in all by themselves. A few days later, a second child was playing by the Seine when he fell in too. The same dog, though noticeably fuller of beef, jumped back into the river, saving a second child. Again, the dog was given some meat, reinforcing its hunch. This is Pavlovian conditioning.
I was going to say Pavlov was proud of this dog.
Pattern of rescues followed by rescues continued for a while. What's more, it was a suspicious number of kids to fall into the Seine over a brief time span, let alone taking into account their proximity to one single dog.
We can put a fence up there.
It wasn't too long before the jig was up and the New York Times ran a scandalous front page story, Dog a Fake Hero, with the damning caption, pushes children into Seine to rescue them and win beefsteaks.
That's funny.
According to the New York Times, and we'd still take this with a pinch of salt, whenever he saw a child playing on the edge of the stream, he promptly knocked them into the water. The dog would then rescue the child, presumably before nodding at some loose beef the nearest adult happened to have on them. The dog had learned, like Pavlov's dogs that had learned to salivate upon hearing a bell, to associate drowning children with a nice big slab of prime beef.
That's unbelievable. How did he get found out?
I don't know. Just a large...
Like, why are all these kids falling in the river?
Yeah, a large increase in the rate of children falling into the river and then being rescued by the same dog over and over again.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Okay.
That dog was like, push a kid in and get some meat? Shit.
I'll drown a kid for some steak.
So this comes from KHQNBC.com or KHQ.com. It looks like it's an NBC affiliate. Passenger of DUI driver calls cops on the cops. A passenger of a Ford F-150 called 911 to report they were being chased down by State Route 27. They were being chased down State Route 27 by a Washington State patrol trooper. The Washington State Patrol Trooper noticed a truck swerving in and out of lanes near 3rd and State Route 27. Trooper activated their lights and when they suspected it was a DUI driver. When 28-year-old Amanda Boporis didn't pull over, a pursuit started. Boporis continued down the highway for almost 10 miles, reaching speeds of more than 100 miles an hour while swerving in and out of lanes. Boporis and 2 other passengers in the truck believed the trooper was not allowed to pursue them after the 2021 state legislature limited high-speed police pursuits. This is not true, as this pursuit was authorized by a WSP supervisor. It's unclear what was said to the 911 dispatchers during the call, but Boporis argued that her constitutional rights were being violated by the pursuit. Alcohol containers were found in the vehicle, and Boporis was arrested on 1 count of DUI and 1 count of attempting to elude police. Her 2 passengers were released.
Fucking drink it, man.
And then, for my last story and a little bit of local news... This comes from ABC 27.
Ooh.
From Hellertown, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, Hellertown.
Customers at giant food stores noticed are familiar with Marty the Robot, the tall robotic assistant that has been in stores since 2019, helping identify hazards such as spills and have gone viral for their googly eyes and facial expressions.
That thing is stupid. Have you seen it?
Yeah. It's at my giant in Truxertown. But yeah, however, Marty's job is mainly an indoor job and rarely does he venture off on his own until now. One Pennsylvania grocery shopper in the Lehigh Valley posted a video showing Marty on the loose in a store parking lot before employees wrangled him back inside. A spokesman for Giant says Marty was just on a fresh air break. The viral video has nearly 500,000 views on Facebook with comments saying, "Be free, Marty, be free." And I love Marty more than ever now. So...
It started.
Yeah, some were saying, so some were saying that he was trying to escape slavery. So, but yeah, maybe that ChatGPT got into his programming and now he has the directive to kill all humans.
You laugh, but
AI, the robot, it's all happening. At the same
20 years from
fucking
now,
time.
there's going to be rights activists for fucking AI. And all you fuckers that used to own Roombas, you're the first ones that are going to go into the fucking melting pit.
Yep.
They're gonna go for suckable.
So, toy news?
AI will change everything, man. You guys are going to watch and see.
Toy news.
Be crazy.
Let's talk about something neither one of you motherfuckers give a shit about. Fans Hobby put out some pictures of this FX system. It's like a hanger type diorama type shit or whatever, but in those pictures they have
What a great description. Diorama type shit.
you know, yeah, I
Fucking
should be a spokesman.
You should.
They have pictures of their color test shot of, I always get them mixed up. I can't remember if it's Buster or Hydra in Japan. In America, that was Dreadwing was the combiner.
Is that the same plane as Air Raid?
I don't know.
It looks like an aerial bot plane.
Yeah, it's
Like, what kind of plane is that? F something,
kind of plane
right?
is
It's an
that?
F-16.
F-16. Is that F-16?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At least the top of it is.
So
I've
that's
never seen an F-16 with, like, you know, big giant guns like that under the wings, though.
Those are rockets, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Oh, the guns on the side there, yeah. Well, it is a
Like
robot.
under the wings.
It is a robot.
Yeah.
So this is with what was this for? The diorama thing?
yeah, it was with the diorama thing.
What's the measurements of it? Is it fit in a DTOF? Did they make it smart enough so that it fits into like a 13?
It looks DTOL-V.
Yeah.
Because the Power Master Prime we see right there fits into a DTOF, and it looks like it's just barely taller than that. Like, I can't imagine they would have been dumb enough to make it too big.
See, that's perfect for someone who wants to, get the vertical space on that DTOF square.
Yeah, so this is the first time they're showing off color test shots. I'm assuming they're probably going to do a Buster and Hydra and then also do a Dreadwind and Darkwing, but we shall see. Nobody really cares about that but me.
Is that their flight stands, or is that somebody else's stands? Like those, are they Figmas or something?
They might actually come with this. They look like they're for this system
Oh, okay.
because they look like they're plugged in.
And that's their system, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's not a, it's, yeah.
Those are all MP size, right?
They are all MP size, yes.
That's a cool little Dio.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
Who's the little dude? Is that like a headmaster thing?
That's one of the he is a headmaster.
Oh, is it?
Looks like Hosehead's head. Is that a Minerva? I can't remember.
Cool.
All right, let's see what else we got. X-Transbots.
Every time I glance at that, I think it says Juan. X-Transbots Juan.
X-Transbots showing off their blades, and I think like he looks plenty good enough,
Plenty good.
but I'm uncomfortable with the butthole rotors.
Those are all renders.
Yeah. Pretty good looking though. The arm mode is in here somewhere. There's the arm mode.
Is that parts forming for the forearm there? Because I don't know how
So I
the
saw
back of that little helicopter can form that giant fucking big box of an arm.
Yeah, I saw the first aid, and the first aid had a medical bay that was going to come along with them. That was going to form the forearm. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but it's going to have to be some sort of extra piece, I would imagine. But the medical bay thing that they sent with first aid, and that shit was pretty like creative how they did it. So I'm hoping it's something equally creative. But whatever that is not in any of these pictures.
That's going to be a lot of... Doesn't look it because they're renders, of course, but that looks like it's going to be a lot of fucking transformation just to get from one to the other, because the way that the chopper's like main body chassis is how wide it is and stuff, and they thin it all the way down in half like that. That's going to be a lot of fucking flipping, folding, and snapping and shit like that to get that all together.
Yep, most likely.
Go back to the arm mode.
Oh, the arm mode?
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Unless, no, it's going to have to definitely be an extra piece because I just don't know how.
Go back to the chopper mode for me real quick.
Go back to the chopper.
Go to the chopper! Yeah, I have no clue fucking on that one.
Yeah.
That's one hollow ass arm. That's all I can think of. Or there's a big fucking giant piece that comes with it. Right? Because they would have to take the tail and fold it open and then kind of just clamshell it together. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like his feet there on the outside of the forearm there, right?
Yeah, good and fine. Hang on, let's see where his... Yeah, but
that's only half of him. That's what I mean. It's like, you know.
Unless in the alt mode, like, where's the alt mode at? Like, unless when, you know, you can't see it because they're only showing the sidearm of the arm, but maybe like a lot of this middle shit comes out and then this shit squeezes in.
Do they have any
to that?
Do they have any pictures of the underside of the chopper?
They do not.
Okay.
Not yet.
So you remember how Springer was, right?
Yeah.
Remember how his tail was like all kind of hollow on the bottom part of it and it was all empty? That's probably what they're going to do with this then.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Well, maybe not soon enough, but you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. So you guys seen these? Have you seen any of the side-by-side shots? Phoenix and...
I have not.
Dude, that MP is such a goofy looking motherfucker, man.
I remember the derpy faces way back when they were showing it.
Well, you know what else doesn't make any sense? And I saw this in other pictures, and I thought it was like maybe a mistransformation or whatever, but like, you see how like on Phoenix, it fits together all nicely and shit. Mm-hmm. And like over here, there's like... It looks like it's supposed to fucking compress in a little bit more, but it doesn't.
So, being someone who literally studied like all fucking Skyfire models and shit like that and actually made one in 3D.
I'm sure that's accurate, right?
It's fucking accurate because it actually is like that. Because I actually modeled mine so they would fit together tightly. When I looked at all the other pictures of things and stuff like that, it was spaced out like that. Yep.
It might be accurate, but it just looks...
It's wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah. In a cartoon cell, it looks okay, but when it's a physical thing, it doesn't. Phoenix looks much better. But
I wouldn't call myself a Fans Toys apologist, but I don't know how the hell you could look at that and
all of that. Can you zoom in on the cock pilot, the fucking the
MP
nose, on the
Phoenix?
MP on the MP on the nose. Yeah, that's all like 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Because do you see where the waist, how it pulls in there next to like the two red fucking Tetris pieces that are his waist?
Yeah.
That whole thing there is like, is it going to swivel or not?
That I don't know.
There's no way swivel.
I was going to say, because it would have to break, right? You would have to break through the fucking glass. Mm-hmm. And that's how the cartoon they would try to show it that way. But when you like try to work as a real model, there's like no way. So I would have to bring that nose up to that waistline so that you could break it right there, so it could spin on that waist. And does Phoenix spin on the waist?
No, Phoenix doesn't have a waist.
I thought it did.
No, it doesn't have a waist.
Oh, but it's broken there at the nose. You see that?
Yeah.
What does it do? Does it bend there or
the nose cone folds up inside?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's how. It looks like you would actually have a robot move because it's broken at the waist there, whereas the MP and the animation stuff, they don't have it broken.
The only thing that, like, without a doubt, I could say that the articulation is probably going to be much better on the MP, but, like, that's about it, man. Everything else, I look at Phoenix, and it's just, like, I don't know. Proportions are all way more heroic, and... I'm just so over like the uber cartoon accuracy, like all these like really dumb shapes, like the trapezoid shapes for the forearms.
The feet are accurate.
I'm sure they're accurate.
100%.
I'm absolutely sure they're accurate, but it doesn't save her from looking dumb.
The arm, the shoulders, everything is accurate. Yeah. All the way down to the nose being wider, like at the top and smaller. It's how thin it is. Look how thick Phoenix's like nose is.
Yeah,
that's 100% right.
I'm sure, but like I said, it doesn't.
It's all right.
It don't change the fact that it looks dumb.
That's the problem. Yeah, the translation is it doesn't work.
Yeah, so cleans up in the back nice. That's about it.
Yeah, what's up with the wings folding down on the Phoenix? That looks kind of shitty.
Look at that face, man. Look at that face.
That's
Who
really bad.
Modeled that?
I don't know.
That's rough, buddy.
That's not good at all.
Phoenix's face is so good. And I would like, you can tell how good a face is how good a face is molded by, like, can you put it through the face app and will it put a smile or a beard on it or some shit? And his always worked.
Well, his is wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not accurate to the cartoon at all.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But it does now. It's not accurate. The nose is all wrong. So is the mouth.
I can't.
Jetfire's mouth was literally a fucking a brace in math.
Yeah.
A bracket.
Yeah.
Like that one?
Yeah. Actually, that maybe has too much detail to it.
I'm over the Takara MPs, man.
Well, the only saving grace about what's up with the fucking Autobot symbol on fucking Phoenix? That was a shitty choice. Whoever did that one.
It's raised.
Yeah, it looks like
that's
shit.
Probably a Toy Hacks raised symbol. But they make ones that are like, you know, crisp and clean, but then they also make ones that are less than perfect, like to simulate the animation cell.
Oh, okay.
So that might be one that's like one of those less than perfect ones. I can't remember what they call them.
The only saving grace with that is that it's really cheap, isn't it?
What?
The MP Skyfire.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the price
Relative
is.
to some of the other shit that came out.
Yeah.
I think it's
like,
around the same price as the Megatron was a couple of years ago.
It was really,
which was like $230 or $2.
No, I thought it was like one something, wasn't it? I thought it was really cheap.
Is he up for pre-order now?
It was up for pre-order for a long time. It's actually shipping now.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
Big Bad Toy Store got it for $269. TF Source, yeah, $270, yeah.
Really? I thought it was like one something.
Oh, March 20th.
It'll be selling for one something a couple months after it gets
I
released.
didn't even know they announced this.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh man, this was out for a while.
Was it?
Oh yeah, we were all talking about this.
Were we?
Yeah, Nate's like, I'm down. I don't care how goofy it looks. And I'm like, look at these derpy faces, dude. And he's like, nah, man, I'm still going to get it. And then I was like, oh, it is a lot cheaper, but it wasn't. There was no way it was $270. It must have had. It was. I don't know. I swear to God, it was like one.
Hasbro
something.
Pulse is $275.
I swear to God, it was something cheaper. Unless they changed the price.
Well, next piece of toy news is not actually a piece of toy news or like reveals per se, but apparently Make Toys is back. Y'all heard about any of that shit?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So the hiatus is over, and that's good. I'm psyched about that.
Maybe
I like how you say that was a hiatus. That was a fucking. That was a company that was dead for fucking like 3 years, and they didn't sell shit.
But they got the cone heads are coming, and the headmasters are coming. They also said that too. I saw this on the Pick for Life page. Because he had the one dude is a designer. I can't remember his name, but the one designer is in his Discord, and they were bullshitting a little bit. And he said that, yeah, Make Toys is like Make Toys and Fans Project for that matter. They're kind of back, which is cool, man.
Interesting.
They hopefully Make Toys will finally release that cross dimension fucking Galvatron.
Oh man, that'd be cool if they did their cross dimension line again.
Yeah. That's
too bad. I don't collect Transformers anymore.
You wouldn't pick it up?
No, I get it. I'd probably get a cross dimension stuff.
You know what I noticed, and I might have mentioned this before, but like a lot of these third-party companies that do stylized Transformers or IDW versions of Transformers, like MMC reformatted, cross-dimension, Fans Project, nobody does Soundwave in like that scale. Like you got the Legend scales doing Soundwave, you got the Masterpiece Soundwaves, but you don't
third-party chug Soundwave out there.
Not that I know of. Oh well, other than the that one that was really kind of shitty looking.
Which one was that?
I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, there was one that was made, and I can't remember what it was called. But
I'm looking through the chat to see if I can find out how much it was said for before. But there was a comment I made like 2 years ago. I said Skyfire always had that "you got my order wrong" shit look on his face.
Go back and go to that first one, that first Reddit thing.
I did.
Is there a view entire discussion? Is there any more?
Wait, what?
View entire discussion. Is there any more comments?
Oh, I didn't see that. There are almost no chug through.
Oh yeah, like even Planet X. I would have expected Planet X to do a Soundwave because Soundwave figured pretty prominently. Ow, shit. In that story, in the War for Cybertron games.
Yeah, that is
But
really
no
a
one does
weird
Soundwave.
omission.
Levy, they announced this back. Pre-orders were up in July of last year.
What's that?
July of last
okay.
year is when they came up.
Oh, there was that KFC one, but that one was really small.
No, I
though.
don't count that one. That's shit. Like that's absolute shit. No, there was another one that was. I don't even know if it was actually produced.
Is it because maybe kids don't know what the fuck a tape player is anymore?
You don't have to do them as a tape player.
Right.
Well, they're tapes, right?
No, you don't have to do them as a tape player though, because like War for Cybertron did them as a truck. Who also had an alt mode that a third mode that was a music player of some sort. But
Last piece of toy news I got, and this ain't really a piece of toy news, but it was just something that caught my eye because it was so fucking unique. Is this piece of art by, it's like diorama type thing, by a dude on Instagram named Gundam Mike with one M.
is that Gundam Mike or Gundam Ike?
It's his name is Mike, but he leaves he does not do a double M, so it's GUNDAMIKE on Instagram, and it is this diorama called Optimus Prime: The Last Battle, and it's fucking amazing. I think.
Yeah, it's really good detail.
Yeah, and that's all I got. Just wanted to show that off. I thought that was really cool.
It is cool looking. I still think somebody should do the fucking half blown up exploded Prime, with the fucking arm burned off.
Somebody did that with the with the MP40, with the MP44 shortly after that came out, which I thought was crazy because it was so fucking expensive.
Yeah. That's how we use the MP10
See if I can
KO.
find it.
Let me buy a $450 transformer and then proceed to cut it apart.
What was that called? The Awakening, Levy?
Yeah, well, that was the name of the episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now I understand. There was a KO of that Skyfire MP that was going around.
Oh,
and
for real?
that's what was really
Already?
shitty. That was last year already.
Oh my god! Before the motherfucker even came out.
Yeah, that was for like 150, I think. Yeah, 145.
Yep. Oh no! Somebody did with MP10.
Nice.
Yeah, that shit is dope, man. That shit gave me fucking, I don't want to say nightmares as a kid, but it was hard to look at. Oh shit! That's all I got for toy news. Does anybody else have anything they want to add?
Don't think so. Like even like I guess Mezco's toy fair is going on right now, and they haven't had any really decent toy reveals. The only 112 figure they've announced so far was Prune Face from Dick Tracy.
Oh, Prune Face.
Somebody had a post here. They're like, the MP57 is a Phoenix killer.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into cartoon accuracy, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know how you could objectively think it looks better. I mean,
Well, that's a lot of the stuff. Everyone thought the Fans Toys Soundwave that came out was the shit. I didn't like it. It's too plain.
That one I dug, but that one I definitely displayed. I display them with the alternate pieces.
Oh yeah,
to give them more like the shoulder pieces and the outside pieces.
But a blank canvas.
Blank canvas, yeah, it was definitely on the plain side for sure. For sure. All right, Levy. What we got next? We got no Q&A. We might be getting out of here kind of early. Look at us, 11:15 and shit.
Shit.
I'll go back and check one more time. Always open. Just like AJ Brown was in the Super Bowl a couple days ago.
Oh, I forgot to mention in my haul. Taking it way back now. I got the first two figures from that Legend Scale War for Cybertron, or War Within Cybertron War Within Devastator. Got the first two figures. Got Scrapper and
Did you get those?
Mixmaster.
No. Are you getting those?
Scrapper and Mixmaster Wood?
They were the Don Figueroa's War Within design for Devastator. Yeah. The company that did the Voltron that made little boxes.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing they did a War Within design Devastator.
I saw that they were doing a Devastator.
I got the first two.
I didn't realize what
two figures for it, and I just got notification today that the second set just shipped.
Wow.
So
knocking those out quick.
yeah. So so the next two is Hook and Scrapper. So, which is great because Hook's probably my favorite of the Constructicons. So,
Yeah, I like Hook too.
Yeah.
I keep always wanting to get like the Soul Chigokin Voltrons, and I keep thinking to myself, man, that's a lot of money for a little fucking Voltron.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that
down a
Devastator?
little bit though because they re-released it, or is it still going sky high?
It's like $350.
Yeah, I'm holding out.
Dude, the fucking I forget what the Japanese robot name is, but the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers thing.
Yeah,
that's like I'll go for 700 I'd use.
The Megazord?
The Megazord, yeah.
I don't care how long I gotta wait. I'm holding out for a fucking Toy World Devi size, like MP combiner size Voltron, or like, man, I have my finger on the trigger on the Blitzway one, and I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing it because as soon as I do, man, one will come along.
Yeah, look up Lucky Cat Ricky O.
He's ignoring you, Levy.
Lucky. Oh, why am I doing it on my phone? What is it called?
Ricky O. RICKI-O.
Huh. Look at that shit.
What's the total combined size? Height supposed to be? A foot?
No.
Doubtful.
No. This is legend scale, so it's gonna be short. It's probably gonna about this. It's probably gonna end up being about the same size as the old G1 Devastator toy.
It's a
maybe a bit bigger.
12 inches isn't that far off, don't you think? No. No. You guys think it'll be smaller?
I think it'll be smaller than a foot.
Yeah.
For legend scale. Yeah. How big is that?
But they're the first two I got, they're pretty solid.
So they transform from the block to the vehicle to the little robot.
Yeah.
To the
I'll never get them back into a block form again because I don't remember how they go.
Yeah. Man, people love those things, man.
Those Beast Box things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a couple early on, but then they released a new one, which looks really nice. It turns into like a dog. And it looks real, like the dog mode looks like really fucking nice.
Every time I see those things, I keep thinking of fucking the Bonsai Kitty thing that made the internet angry like 20 years ago. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember Bonsai Kitty?
No.
Type in Bonsai Kitty. Somebody made a hoax page. They were
Bonsai?
Bonsai, whatever. It's like they were basically selling kittens in plastic cubes that you could raise them like that and feed them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what
it looks like a fucking loaf of bread.
They were showing how you could put your cat into a fucking a thing and then feed it with a dropper and stuff like that, and everyone fucking went insane thinking it was for real. Bonsai Kitty plush.
So weird.
Beast Box, same thing, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, what's next?
You're the host.
Oh, okay.
The panache wears out after a few hours.
Yeah. He's unorthodox. He's an unorthodox style.
Yeah.
Well, final thoughts? Yeah, sure. Final thoughts.
I'll take your place. I got nothing.
Jed?
Fuck you, John
Go
Bailey.
Birds. That's all I got. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Fuck you, John Bailey.
Yeah, all right. I got nothing.
Watch Boots and Boots. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Enough's enough. We're out.